swear the chicks is thicker. Reppin' for the team, that's the pinche Houston sippers. She don't want your liquor, she don't want your chipper. She poppin' for a legend, that's a real masa flipper. This is for la raza, this is for la raza. I'm in my trap, casa whipping up the damn masa.
Speaking of Corpus Christi,
It'd be like that.
speaking of Corpus
It'd be
Christi,
like
we got the homie in the building, Corpus Christi,
Corpus
representing,
Christi's finest.
you know what I'm saying, representing the home of Whataburger and Selena, Javi Luna.
What's up?
Put your headphones on, Javi. If you
Okay,
like.
let me get that on.
Let's make it official.
Hey, play us fuck up too.
But keep doing what you're doing, because I like what you're doing over there when you eat with your right hand.
Oh, with my right hand, you like keep that going.
You know what I'm saying? Keep that going. Keep it in the air.
CBD.
Yeah.
For the,
Actually, this is filmed in Colorado.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
so-
actually flew out to Colorado. This
Yeah, and
morning. That's the way
this is
we
a
did
replica. This is a replica, man.
It's the Rocky Mountain Studios.
Yo, so my boy Javi, I'm trying to get Javi to move to Houston. I'm like, Jav, we could collaborate so much more, because right now we're collaborating on a very exciting project.
Yeah.
I don't want to say too much, but from one of the creators of Mas on the Power, from one of the creators of the Rosa spoof on Facebook.
He was one of the creators of Mouse on the Power?
No, me.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm just saying, like,
Same.
we're teaming up
Collabs.
to bring y'all. We actually have 2 projects in the
Yeah.
works.
Khaled level collaboration.
Yeah,
Right here.
because when we walk in the club, we want everybody's hands to go up.
Yeah. And we want them to stay there as well.
Yeah.
And yell another one.
People are like, okay, so is this guy a rapper? Comedian Javi Luna is joining us all the way from Corpus Christi.
He's a comedian. He didn't say nothing funny yet.
If you want to hire him for babysitting services, he is babysitting that joint.
I do that too.
I don't know what happened to
my
it.
bad, my bad.
Marisol was like, you done hit the other joint already.
see, that's why.
Wait, this one got a flimsy end. I don't like the flimsy end.
You know, it's the humidity here.
Is that
what Gulf Coast?
That or you
It'll,
you moistened the shit out of this thing.
man, my mouth's still watering. I went to the Breakfast Club.
Oh,
Oh,
morning.
you
Did
did?
you
We
check
still
out-
haven't been.
Dude, I haven't even been.
I live up the street. I haven't been.
It's
How was
good.
that wait?
The waffles tasted like Wakanda. It was beautiful, man. It was.
Oh, wow.
It was great. It got me wanting to move to Houston tomorrow. Like
What?
yeah, like I had seen it. We had passed by it yesterday when we were driving around town, and I had seen it. I was like, okay, that looks kind of cool. And then Jeff, the guy at Axelrad last night, mentioned in his set that he had taken a date there. I was like, okay, well, it's the type of place you take a date. Like maybe it's pretty good. And yeah, I had the chicken and waffles, and it was legit. I was ready to like buy seasoning and waffle mix and all sorts of shit.
Damn, like
Yeah.
that, honey?
Yeah, it was good. It was that good. I mean, it might have been a little bit of the herb too that had me motivated like that. You know, I second thought because I didn't want no buyer's remorse.
Did you wake up with the intention of going there?
That was
No.
I turned it off.
I
that was this morning.
I missed the hotel breakfast. I heard 10 o'clock. It was 9 o'clock. So it was just written in the stars for me to go by that place, man. That's
It
what
was written.
Yeah, because I got out there and the senora had already wiped down the countertop and cleaned up the waffle maker, so I couldn't. She even put up the yogurt, and I was like, I wanted to be like, man, I can't just get like a banana.
Oh, this was wow.
banana, and a cup of yogurt. Like,
Did it smell like curry?
what's that?
Did it smell like curry? Because
Where?
I've stayed there before.
No, it was good. It was good. It was clean. It was quiet.
I don't know where he's going with that, but I'm going to leave it there.
You trying to say, Marty? So top notch.
No, I'm saying
accommodations
what I'm
every
saying
time.
is there's a good
Except that one
Indian
in Atlanta.
restaurant.
That was the only time I was like, oh, we stayed.
Wait. What? Which one was that in Atlanta? Oh, it was okay. I do remember now.
With the something was dripping in the hallway.
That's when we had to
Like,
walk. We had to walk to Waffle House.
Yes.
It was midnight.
Yeah.
Javi.
But it wasn't in Atlanta. Like I think it was like
It was like Gwinnett or Marietta.
something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to Atlanta, man.
It looked fine on the pictures, and then we pull up, and it's like,
It's just a little sketchy. Look, this is how I knew I was learning in the rap game when I started distinguishing the difference between a kick door hotel and the door on the inside hotel. And my boy Weeby, he used to roll with a Master P, and he kind of broke that down to me because when I first hooked up with him, I hired him to hop on the Walk Like Cleto track, and I think we put him in a room for the video. when we shot the video, and he's like, make sure it ain't no kick though. Don't put in no kick though. And I'm like, wait, what? Like, what is? We got a hotel. He's like, it ain't a kick though, is it? I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, with a door facing out.
Doors to the outside.
Door facing out, kick though. Door facing in, we good. And I was like, oh,
In
okay.
theory.
Kind of, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
But for security purposes, if you think about it, man, like anything could go down the parking lot in the balcony. And,
Yep.
And as paranoid as you are, I guess.
Yeah.
Nah, I've been in situations.
Yeah, it changes once you become a dad too.
I've
Like
been
I
in
was good.
security.
Like I was like, yeah, I'll stay in a motel with the doors to the, where you could drive right up to the door.
Yeah.
A motel. That's what I call it, a motel, right? 'Cause you just motor in and park.
Yeah,
and go in.
motel.
I did not
Motel,
know that until a month ago.
Versus hotel.
But hotel. So I was motel
Hoes
right up
go to
until the
the-
time
And
I
then some
became.
hoes don't tell.
Yeah. Once you become a daddy, then it's like, all right, like I need to make sure the locks are good on
Yeah.
the door.
Yeah.
I want to
Yeah.
make sure that no one comes in.
Make
Yeah.
sure it's a hotel, not
Yeah.
a motel.
Yeah, if it's just me, I'm just like, kill me. Shit.
Like this last hotel we were at, babe, remember? So they got confused, right, at the lobby. So the receptionist gave Midnight keys to our hotel room, the
Oh,
room that y'all
yeah.
had.
Uh-huh.
We're dead asleep, and next thing you know, we just hear, "Whoof, whoof." But we had the lock on, so you
And
couldn't
guess
open
what
the
Daddy
door.
did?
And he got up real quick.
Hit 10 burpees, did 2 sprawls, and was up before the light even turned on.
It was. I said, Pete. I'm like,
And whoa, go.
and then he gets up, and we're like, what? And so I call, and when I put two
hey
and
man,
two together,
I know jujitsu, bro. Through the door. Wait,
it was
what?
funny. And he went to the wrong
You're
room.
good.
Usually people are like, I got
I've
a
had
gun.
that. I've
I
had
know,
that.
right?
I've been the
I
person
got these
keying into
hands.
the wrong room, but it was a stranger. At least he knew y'all. At least midnight
wow.
could be like, hey, it's me, Chingo, good, goddamn, man.
Yeah, that's happened.
But
Wow.
I've done it to a stranger where the janky ass hotel in San Antonio. We went to Six Flags and we are like, okay, we're gonna spend the night and then go to do the water park the next day, right? So got just the cheapest hotel that we could,
Yeah.
out there. And the lady's like, oh yeah, you're in room 112 or whatever.
Where the players
here's,
dwell.
here's the key. Say, I'm like, okay, cool, and go, and I key in, and luckily the guy had the
lock,
the
yeah.
lock, the extra lock on it, so I wasn't able to open it. I was like, this dude doesn't know who I am. Like I'm just somebody coming
could've,
in.
like,
It was
shot
late
you.
at night. It was like already
Yeah.
like midnight or something like that. Like it was.
Yeah, Midnight came in at about 2 a.m. because they had called and I answered
I
that.
was
They were like
"Midnight,
confused. They're
I'm
like,
in my drawers.
he's like, so sorry to bother you, ma'am. And I was like, y'all are just now figuring this out. I was so pissed. I was like, okay, you already know how
Yeah.
Travel
I do.
stories.
Yeah, so
That's
Javi rocked McAllen. If you were there at the McAllen shows and at the after party, Javi was also security.
We're holding it down.
The Great Wall of
Part of
Alpha.
the- part
By
of
the
Alpha
way,
Wall.
I did this voting thing on my Instagram yesterday where it was like, have we been to a city near you? Because I'm working on 2020, right?
Oh, yeah.
Huh?
So people from Atlanta said, make sure you bring Javi, Jerry, and Midnight.
What?
Damn,
Jeez.
they specifically
So
requested. Has Jerry
them.
been?
Jerry
to,
has never been with us,
Atlanta.
but Javi and Midnight have.
That's
Yeah.
good.
So they said
What's
Javi,
up?
Jerry, and Midnight. They'd
Yeah.
like for them to. They're like that should be your lineup. I mean, we can't
And-
have that many people, but
Yeah,
you know.
No, but the cool thing is,
In a perfect world.
the cool thing is they each have podcasts. The original Gordito podcast,
Yeah.
the OG.
OG podcast.
Yeah,
then
y'all make sure y'all
Midnight
check that
Snacks.
out.
Midnight
Yeah,
Snacks.
Midnight Snacks.
And then
And Jerry's
American
Wannabes.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's the one he has with Jesus Sepulveda and Chris.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, man. You rock McAllen with us.
McAllen's always great, man.
We were
Yeah.
talking about the food at the after party. Very good.
Suerte tacos, man.
Mhm.
Man,
They're good.
I'm like, bro, y'all should be like have like
a
a
restaurant.
a restaurant on the side.
I was asking him, actually-
They should literally. Sorry, baby, to interrupt. They have like 9 locations on that block.
Uh-huh.
It might mix. I don't know if people go down there in the day to like for lunch, but they should probably figure out like a nighttime restaurant with like a vibe, like a little DJ. Like it's not a bar. You can order some drinks, but this is where you kind of pre-partying, put some food in your stomach.
Gotcha. And then let it turn to a club at night.
Yeah, we've been watching like a bunch of like tacos, like
Stuff on YouTube. Mhm.
and stuff. And so anyway, it made me think of that place. I was thinking like, are they a restaurant? He's like, I don't know, but that's a good question. Like, are they a restaurant, or is it just they just ran? You just know that they serve food, so you can order. Like, is it advertised, or I wonder?
Well, it's called Bar and Grill.
Yeah. So
But,
I guess it's just, but definitely the alcohol. I mean, the bar is the focal point. You walk
Yeah.
in,
I'm sure, right?
it takes up.
That's where your
you know,
profit
It's
is.
in the
too.
straight
Yeah, it's a
middle part.
double-sided bar, like straight
Yeah.
down the middle. So it's kind of.
Yeah, but the crowds are great. We did 2 sold-out shows. We thought we were gonna have to use some jiu-jitsu and some,
Yeah. Mhm.
different fighting styles.
Yeah, I got a yellow belt in Taekwondo
Hey.
back in 1993
that reverse kick went
at,
viral.
at the La Raza Recreation Center. What's up? Shout out.
The LLR, the LRR.
Shout out to Chema also and Little Puppet
The
out
sensei.
there
Sensei Little Puppet.
at the rec center. Did you ever go to a rec center?
Nah.
I did.
Nah.
Ours was called
You're-
Free Park.
Free Park?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we'd go to Ingrando Park and they do like the little free lunch.
It's an education, man. Because
Yeah.
I went to a magnet school, so I was like, I wasn't used. That was my only exposure to the kids that actually lived in my neighborhood.
Oh wow.
So I was surprised when my mom let me go one summer. She goes, "Yeah, I'll let you go to the rec center. You like to play pool and stuff." And boy, I learned more that summer than I ever did.
Yeah,
Learned a lot more. Learned more than pool.
Yeah.
Ours was called Freed Park, and they'd had like the Girl Scouts there, and you could do arts and crafts and basketball, and it was like, oh, but my sister got run over
Oh,
as we were
shit.
crossing the street to go
Yeah.
over there. So she was trying to. I was on this side. My friend crossed the street, and she wanted to follow my friend. And I'm like, no. And the car just hit her, and it just like dinged her. Luckily, they weren't driving slow because it's a park area. So that person just happened to be driving slow. So he just kind of like dinged her. It still threw her though, because she was,
Yeah.
oh my God, I was so scared. I was like, oh my God.
But
Yeah,
y'all were
it's
headed over there.
We were headed back home.
Yeah.
And I wasn't supposed to be there too, because I was only it was on the other side of where we lived, and so you had to go through a ditch and
See, and that's the
do-
shit that was
Yeah.
the first time that I realized like you didn't have to stay where your parents left
Yeah,
you as long as
exact-
you were there.
Yeah.
Like someone had to break that down for me because I was like, no, my mom dropped me off.
Yeah.
I gotta stay here.
Yeah.
I gotta stay here until she gets back.
Yeah.
They're like, no, man, we're going to the store, man. Like,
This is like the designated.
We just
meeting
talked
spot.
about that. Remember?
Almost
about
like
the
at
mall?
like at Disney even. There's that
Yeah.
designated meet shit.
Yeah.
The Disney fight.
yeah, exactly. Then I know they're like, oh, go to the store, man. I got $2. He got $3. We can go get some chips. I was like, all right. And
You're like,
and then I remember one
okay.
time, like that went on for like a week. I was like, yeah, oh man, mom, can I have $2? They sell sodas there, like, whatever. So
Yeah.
we walked down to the little corner store, and then one time she showed up early, like out of a movie, right? Like, I've been running this little scam. I've been ditching class, doing my thing. I'm walking with the little group, thinking I'm
Cool.
I'm cool. Got my
Look
grape
at little
soda.
Javi.
Like, look,
Look at little Javi.
and she pulls up. What are you doing?
Pulling up,
What?
drinking a grape soda,
I just got.
You're like,
enjoying
who
the
told?
Welch's.
Who told?
Like, man.
ice cold Welch's, mom.
Yeah. Yeah,
Ooh,
because
Welch's was so good.
Hell yeah.
yeah. I also got in trouble the first time I took the bus without permission because I just wanted to go on the bus.
Like
Was
the
it a
school
school bus or
Like
like
no,
a metro?
like the metro, like
Oh,
the regional transportation, like the RTA, because we always had a car or whatever. I got driven to all my activities and dropped off and stuff. But like the dude down the street, like, man, he gets on the bus, he goes wherever the
Like
heck
he was
wants.
little?
Like yeah, like kids, like 12, 13
Yeah.
Oh wow.
years old. I'm like, man, like I've never been on a bus by myself.
Oh my
Like
God.
I had never been on a bus really. I think maybe like one time before that with one of my tias that used to use
Yeah.
the bus, and that part fascinated me because I would see people. I was like, man, how do these people know how to get? They
Yeah.
don't have a car,
Yeah, yeah.
and they get wherever they need to get. Still,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
it only costs them a quarter. Like, how does
Yeah.
that work?
for sure.
I enjoy public transportation.
Me
man.
too.
Like in other
love it.
cities.
I love it. Yeah, when
When's
I
the
make
last
it a
time we
point.
rode metro?
When we
I
went
don't-
to
I
a
still
Texans
do.
game.
Yeah,
I
that was
think.
like that was like the electric train. So it wasn't like sketchy. You know what I'm saying? It was like a nighttime. Everybody on the train was like, "Go Texans!" It was like
Yeah.
literally a shuttle at that point.
Man, put me somewhere with a train system. And the locals will look at you like you're
Like
crazy.
fucking-
Like I'm like, hey man, where's the metro station? Like, oh, just take it. It's probably easier to take an Uber.
Yeah.
But no, I want to take the train.
Yeah.
Like, you want to take the train?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
When I lived in LA a few years back for a year, I would like try and make an effort because it'd be like, damn, man, I haven't rode that motherfucker. Like in East LA, the stop was right there, So I think one of the times when I like flew home and came back, it was kind of a pain because I think there was an Uber back then. I don't think Uber was around, so I had to like call a cab.
Damn, what year was this?
No,
I
Uber
know.
hasn't been.
Am I tripping?
Uber's new.
Am I tripping? It might have. I
only
have
like
to
5
kind of
years
jog my
old.
memory. If Mickey is 10, it was right before you and I, linked up. They should never have let us link up. It's a wrap.
You know what I'm saying?
It's the how many? Okay, 5. We bought like on 5.
5
So it must have
years.
been about maybe 6 years ago.
They launched in 09.
So that's 10 years ago.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why. I'm trying to remember the situation, but for some reason it involved like luggage, and it's like fuck. I live close, but with this amount of luggage, it's a pain. So yeah.
Right.
Anyway,
I discovered it when I worked downtown, so I do the park and ride. It was the best thing ever because all I would do was get on the bus. I just
Well, you
fix
park
my
your-
hair.
so you
park
park
your
your
car,
car.
and it brings you to downtown where you work. So I
so
used to,
you park your car and no makeup, no hair done.
no my hair was done, but I didn't wear no makeup.
So
'cause
you
I
get on a
was-
train. I mean, on the bus looking raggedy.
exactly, and then I get off the bus like a fly.
How long? How long is this this ride?
It's about an hour.
So you
What?
still. So you still.
Yeah, I
kinda,
lived in Katy,
Oh,
so
yeah,
at
yeah,
Katy
yeah.
to
Right in.
downtown. I mean, and
Commute.
if HOV had traffic, that's it. I was done. Like I'm stuck there. That was the only thing I hated. Right. So I had to leave an hour before, or if I did an hour 15, it was even better because then I wasn't just like running up the elevator, hurry up and get there. But damn, I used to feel like how much earlier do I have to leave to get to work on time? You know. So I had to be at
Commuting.
the bus stop by
You're
6:45.
ruining your sales pitch right now to
Exactly.
give me a move here right now. Chicken and waffles, but
and you have your sons that live in Portland.
yeah.
So it's what, like a 45-minute drive for you,
What?
or to go like pick your like
to go
when-
pick up my kids is like a 30-minute drive.
30.
Yeah,
Versus-
31 way.
Yeah, versus if we talk you into coming to Houston, because yesterday we got to work and kick it and chill and catch up for about 6 or 7 hours, right?
Yeah, because you can't really do it on the road.
Yeah, no,
We've
because
tried.
you got to
We've
go to work,
tried.
but
You
it's
gotta-
hard.
You got to go to work at night, and you're like, hey, hold on, we got to get a decent meal. Are we gonna work out? Do we need a nap or whatever? I'll get some other office work done. But I was like, damn. I was like, even though I'm considering doing half of the year in LA next year, I'm like, man, this is dope. I was like, if Luis and Midnight, like some other folks, lived like in Houston, for example. I mean, it sounds selfish, right? Come to where I am.
It's unstoppable.
And it'd be like, yeah, we could like hold ourselves accountable and have some kind of schedule. Like, hey guys, like make sure you're filming your podcast. Like, we're gonna create this Marvel universe of fucking podcasters. You know what I'm saying, or whatever,
That's what I'm saying.
comics. And anyway, my point is this: that little time that we had together was a luxury to where we're able to start to bounce ideas, get into the same wavelength, like almost like a groove and a vibe. Like you're creating music. It's almost like we're in a studio, and that right brain gets to working or whatever, and we start getting shit accomplished, and stuff's funny. Like, oh, that's hilarious for that episode, and what would this character's narrative and the arc and blah blah blah, and coming up with details and stuff. And I was like, man, we need more of this, because I was like, it felt like I was creating, like I felt like I was in a studio, like we're writing,
You're building the CCU,
What is that?
and
like the MCU.
the Chingo
The-
cinematic universe.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I was like, fuck, Javi, it'd be dope, man. We were a little bit closer.
Be dope. It
But
would be
no,
dope.
no offense to Corpus, because Corpus is good to us, right? But I am curious as to like, how long can you be there until like you've reached growth? Like your
Right.
growth is hit. Like, okay, this is as much as I can grow here in Corpus, right?
Yeah,
Because Corpus is
absolutely.
small.
Well,
Smallish.
Doug Stanhope lives in Bisbee,
Right.
Arizona, like small population. So I'll let you answer. what you're
Yeah,
gonna say.
I mean that definitely that's always in the back of your mind. But one thing that allows me to stay there is I probably made it a little bit further than I should have been able to. Just
got
on
it.
spec when I was like, I'm never gonna be traveling outside the country, based out of corporate, outside the state, and I got an outside the country coming up in the next few months.
Where?
In Mexico City, we're still waiting on the date confirmation.
And it's in
But-
English?
Dope.
What's that?
English?
In English.
And
It's
what kind of
at a
room-
Texas barbecue joint.
But
It's in Mexico City.
How long have they had that comedy room?
I think they've only been doing comedy like a handful of months.
That's dope,
Yeah.
Javi. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
So you know, so the fact that I got to do that, well, you know, who's to say I don't get just a little bit further? Like there's another inch, and then also I do got a couple of there's a guy, he goes by the name Happy, and he did get locals, and he had a year run at Haraz.
And he did. Is that the clown?
And Happy the clown. He now Happy the comedian.
Yeah.
You know, and he did
Shit,
it all.
I was Chingo the clown.
Yeah, he did
No,
it
Chingo
all.
the comedian.
He did it all from Corpus. I mean, with the exception of his year in Vegas.
Well, yeah.
Wow.
I didn't. I knew he was an OG, but damn, he even hit Vegas.
Yeah,
I've heard a lot about him.
yeah. So the fact that I have someone like him, and we've gotten to chop it up, and you know, he had me over to his house for lunch and everything. So he's kind of I kind of look to him like as a, well, there is a little bit more that I could do
Sure,
here.
yeah, I get it.
You know, because he can sell out the theater there if he wants to. He records his album there at the Selena, and you know, he has his fan base, and he works, and he has, you know, a beautiful home and all that, and he ended up going the radio route also, but you know, he still considers himself primarily a comedian.
And he pretty much has lived in Corpus the entire time.
Yeah, like I said, with the exception of his year at
And that's
in Vegas.
that's crazy because that's before social media and YouTube and the internet and all that. So I was gonna say that I feel like, you know, sky's the limit. You know, these days you could be a YouTuber out of Montana or Wyoming. All you need is
Definitely.
Wi-Fi.
Definitely, and then you got guys like Dusty that still calls
yeah,
Corpus
for sure.
home,
He's
and
an
look
artist,
at all
yeah.
he's got. So
That's very true.
So while I get it, it's like your big market would make it a lot easier, and iron does sharpen iron, and being around having to cut heads with some of the best in the industry,
And
you know,
even us
would make me better.
Exactly. So like even us being Houston based, so Houston is home, Houston is headquarters. You know, we're trying to build a satellite situation with some other markets, such as, you know, a market that has a whole bunch to offer in terms of like classes or media, resource opportunities and stuff. You know, you could argue like, well, Chingo, you should have just found a way to move to LA or something like that a long time ago.
Right.
But a beautiful thing about being in a market like Houston is like, man, you know, we're trying to build a festival. You know what I'm saying? We're collaborating with breweries. Like, there's like a lot of cool things you could do from home, and to be like a staple. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I love Texas. For me, this is home. I think everybody knows. I'm straight Texas, 100%. So, however, we've talked about this on the last podcast when we came back from LA. I just felt like the opportunities there we needed to kind of jump and take advantage of, and we kind of didn't, right? Which is where I felt like,
What do you mean?
like, you know, I think we could have done more while we were out there, but we were so
Shit.
busy. We don't
were
get me wrong.
busy.
We did a
And
lot.
it was a lot on you because you
we-
had the girls, no sitter, while I'm like, I got to go do 3 hours of rehearsal with my classmates for my acting class.
But still trying to
3
work
hours.
and get them to all their activities. That was really interesting. I was like, okay, so I guess if we had to do it that way to where, you know, I still
Well,
worked and didn't have a sitter.
Well, you play an integral role, so for me it kind of wouldn't work. Not having a sitter.
Yeah, and so anyway, what I'm getting at is, while I was there, I realized kind of what he said, like, hey, I told him, I was like, let's come in, be here for a little bit, do some damage, make some bigger noise,
Make some motherfucking noise.
and then we head out and we bounce.
And who that
and
cat
then
with
we're
the-
back
with the
home,
Rockets
you
hat?
know?
Yeah,
So-
man. Rick gave me that advice a handful of years ago. You know, he was the first. He told me, he goes straight up. He goes, don't move to LA. He goes, take an acting class, get a website,
Rick,
go pop in,
Yeah.
hit up the rooms, do pilot season. You know, that
Very
kind of
smart,
thing.
yes.
He goes, and it's just enough. Like, okay, this.
You
Yeah,
know,
because I don't know that I love it there. Don't get me
Yeah.
wrong. The weather is a seller for me, right? Number one. Number two, I love convenience, and there's a lot of convenience out there. You know what I'm saying?
Well, the neighborhood. This ties into what I was going to say earlier about the public transportation in Mexico City. The North Hollywood Arts District where we were staying, we had the luxury of, like, we saw a night. Not saying that like it was so convenient we were able to get a morning routine where like the sidewalk is brand new and smooth. You could just go around and hit the coffee bean. There's a 24-hour fitness across the street. There's like all kind of restaurants.
The metro too.
The metro is
was
right there. We
literally.
never rode it because we had too much shit going on. But one of the things I wanted to do was hop on the train, stop like in Little Tokyo, and then couple exits down, you're like in East LA. Maybe go hit like La Monarca, a little coffee shop or something. Get some food or something, and just stop in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Stop in Hollywood on the way back. Mickey could see what that is. Look at the Walk of Fame. Take a picture right here, and then you're home.
Yeah, take
But
it
when-
in, man. It's
yeah,
like traveling
exactly.
the back. It's like the Texas equivalent of traveling the back roads, man. We got too many interstates now where you can just bypass most of it. If you don't take those little state highways and those little routes and farm to markets, like you miss a lot of what makes Texas kind of
exactly.
cool and
So,
Yeah, the
so to
character.
me,
Right.
there's nothing better than Texas, and I'm sure everybody's pissed. Like, wait, what?
No,
But,
Texas really is the shit.
Like, but to me,
Huge
Texas
market.
is like
yeah.
there's no place like home. However,
Cost of living, dude, we're able to invest so much better, so much more in here in our backyard. Even though it floods, and you got to make sure, did this house flood? Is this the flood zone? Is this? Am I gonna spend money on something that's gonna get washed away and
Right.
fucked up? But from like the investment standpoint, that's a big seller. Like, bro, in LA, we could go make some damage, make some noise, hit the pilot season, take some classes. But realistically, man, you're going to have to really get your money up.
Right.
Yeah, because right now it
No,
was
exactly.
like for me, if we're gonna go back and forth, now my brain is now thinking, how can I invest in LA, so that
Probably
what I'm
have
saying,
to be in
like
East.
yeah,
East
wherever
LA.
it is that we need
Yeah.
to buy it for it to be cheaper.
And we
but,
can honestly, like, if that's the case, you could live there literally at your spot half the time. Like,
Yeah.
I'm sure some places are a little bit more affordable. Like, it'd be like getting a really, really nice house in Houston, but you'd be like, oh, it's a cool little crib in the valley.
Yeah.
Same fucking price. And the commute shouldn't be too bad.
That's the cool part about Texas. You can have a job, just a job,
Yeah.
and be a homeowner.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
In California, you got to be
A fucking
killing it.
nigga, you gotta
be a homeowner.
motherfucking
Well, we talk
Directors
about-
Actors Guild fucking vice president of NBC
Yeah.
to be a homeowner.
Their minimum wage is $15 an hour.
Yeah.
Here, you've got to have some kind of
Yeah.
degree to even start at $15.
$15 an hour, you can have a house. You
Yeah,
have a great
for
house,
sure.
You can have a house.
Yeah.
$15 an hour, and if your spouse makes $12.50.
And if you don't fuck off your money,
Yeah,
on
right.
shit.
And if you don't fuck off your money, you could.
Like,
you
man, I don't
could
know
be-
why I'm not a homeowner. Okay,
Yeah.
how are you saving, man? What you
Right.
mean you saving?
Yeah, for
You need,
sure.
I think
Me.
state tax too. A lot of people were leaving LA because of the 10%
Well,
state
California,
tax. California,
in
rather.
general, yeah. So many people. I've got a bunch of DMs after we did the podcast about us considering being back and forth. Was like, we're actually moving to Houston. They're like, we're moving to Houston. We can't afford it out here anymore. It just keeps going up. It just
Be
it's
like,
like
make
it
sure
does.
you come to our Cinco de Mayo
Right.
festival.
Yeah.
So it's like a lot of
Annual.
people from California have mentioned. And one
Haven't
person
this
just actually DM'd me and said, "Hey, do you have any advice? We're moving from California to Texas," and I said, "Just get ready for the weather, because
Yeah. Hey, you know what would be dope? What if next year we did like the comedy pre-party, like the night before a secret group? We have like Jerry, Javi, you know what I'm saying, and some other.
Before the festival?
Like the night,
Oh.
like look at the
Man.
calendar, and
But that
and-
we would need to do that ASAP because it's on a Saturday, the day before. The third
The
is
fifth?
the 5th is on a day on a weekday.
Oh,
so
yeah, yeah.
we're
We're
having
probably
to do it
gonna
on the 3rd this
That's
year.
Right, that's right.
so
Next year, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
2020.
So that's an idea. Sorry,
Yeah.
the weed finally kicking in.
I like
It's
that
all
we're
good.
everywhere.
Here's
I like
another idea. Sorry, man.
It's all good.
Loose format. I don't know how you do the OG.
No, that's how I do it.
This is
too.
how we do it.
Okay, so look, find out how much that Move camera, you know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about, costs and how difficult it is if it's the best one to use because, Rob, we fucking up Rob's shine. Like in McAllen, he would have signed way more autographs if we had that camera
You know what I'm
angle
saying?
to where you could see everybody.
360.
You know, because we fucking up Rob's whole
Mhm.
brand right now. Because
Yeah,
one
that-
girl was like, "Oh, I listened to the podcast,"
Mhm.
and I was like, "Oh." Rob was taking the pictures in McAllen. I was like, "Hey,
That's
this is
producer Rob.
this
Yeah.
producer Rob." She was like, "Oh my God, you're the voice behind the thing."
I'm the
But
voice of God.
that's actually kind of cool,
Yeah,
Rob.
being the
You're
voice
like,
of God.
you're
Exactly.
like
That's
mystery
very cool.
guy. Like who
That's how strong Chingo is, man. Like remember Joseph used to take pictures. The little intern.
Yeah.
He'd go on the road and work merch, and he'd be there like, Joseph, what are you doing? He's
I was in a
there
skit.
taking pictures like two chicks. Like,
Well, actually, this is funny because Joseph, I know he's in a relationship now.
Uh-huh,
So
uh-huh.
you know, from what I could tell on the gram.
Oh, but he had someone throwing it at him. An
Yes.
older lady, remember?
He had him a little. I don't know if she was a cougar,
She was about 3
But-
shows.
bro. You
That year.
dude, Joseph.
What?
How old was he? 21, 22?
He was just turning 21, I think, that year.
His mom is listening right now. Hey, my baby.
She was
No,
all about
That's
Joseph.
what he was doing when I was
Nice.
on the road?
dude. She looked like she was ready to show him some stuff. Like she was trying to teach somebody something.
Mm-hmm.
You know, put him through a little boot camp. And Joseph was like, "Nah, I'm good."
Because he was a good boy.
Boy,
Being a
He's
good
respectful. He keeps you respectful.
that was
Yeah.
before Me Too. You could have gone away with it too.
boy. Nah.
Yeah.
Me too is forever because you know they going back in
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
Whatever
They
the
got,
fuck. Yeah, you was
they got back pay.
inappropriate.
They got back pay on that shit. For like
Back pay.
could be 90 years from now. It's like
Ain't
but-
no statute of limitations. Motherfuckers use like they got this new guy Epstein. Have you heard of this?
Yeah.
Like supposedly he's a billionaire, like 60-year-old dude. I saw it in the paper where he's connected to a lot of big politicians and business financial people, and had like this crazy little like whole bunch of chicks that was like abducted and like purchased and like prostitute like.
Was it a
You
sex
know-
trafficking thing?
Like he basically had him like a little harem, basically
Damn.
like a little.
Oh wow.
He like R. Kelly,
Boy.
damn near.
That's serious?
Yeah.
No, yeah, like, but this is the interesting part. You didn't know because maybe the media's presenting it slightly differently.
Oh, for sure.
It
I
has an
definitely didn't know
inappropriate tone, not so much like sex devil
Monster,
slaves
yeah.
locked up in the basement and they fucking all day.
Well,
You know?
yesterday I was listening to a TED Talk, and it was talking about advertising on...
Hold on. Who the fuck is Ted? Who the fuck? You talking to
Bring
Ted?
He's
other
not- why is he
platforms over
talking?
here.
What you mean TED Talk? Anyway, go ahead. babe.
And they were talking about the power that Facebook has, right? And how, so, you know, they put so much money because they want to con you into whatever product they want you to purchase, right? And so I forgot the whole story, but the lady was like conned into doing something, but then when they went back to see what advertisements were posted on there, what ads were on there that made her go that route, right? They couldn't find anything. And then when they asked Facebook, like, can we get that history? They're like, no, we can't release that information, which they were talking about Zuckerberg, or however you pronounce his last name,
Zuckerberg, yeah.
about how he won't release any information about
She said
politics.
the Z like it was Zapata. Zuckerberg. So, hold on. I'm confused. So, what happened? They wanted to access data from
of
Facebook?
advertisements, like
Because why?
for history, because certain people do
History.
certain things, right? And it has to do with the ads and the
Oh, to
advertising.
study. I purchased this
yeah.
Tide Pod.
So is it kind of like, I mean, it's kind of like if
especially with politics.
advertising,
That's what I was gonna
if-
say.
Yes, especially with politics.
If they have this tool that they can use to predict what we will buy
yes,
and what we
How
want,
you'll vote.
can they use it to predict other stuff?
that's exactly what the TED
Yeah,
Talk was about.
yeah.
It's like they're
Yeah.
using this power to do those
The government
things.
wants to use it like, hey,
Yes.
well, maybe your information will let us know if someone's about to do some wild
Yes.
shit that we need to know about because of the
Yeah,
stuff
but-
they're searching.
but
But Facebook will not release the information on
Yeah.
who advertised, what the
you
advertisement
get to
was.
that
and
precognition
so-
minority report
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, because then
You know?
it's
They're
a
trying to
ethic-
catch you before you do the shit.
Right.
Well, and it's an ethical
Right.
privacy and ethics type of issue because it's the slippery slope is, hey, I have the ability to dig into data and I can somehow come up with maybe a possible pattern. Does that mean I'm required, or is it a violation of privacy for me to? But in the name of protecting others, like for instance, if that were the case, why do we still have mass shootings? Why do we still have these people
Right.
running up in these,
Right.
synagogues and mosques?
Right, and that's how they would get something like that to
Vegas.
pass. Tell you like, but we can prevent some of these things if we can, if you give us access and that way we can monitor and track who we think is a higher probability of committing something like this, that we can watch these people and we know before they.
It's just crazy
Do
the
it.
influence they
Like
have.
when you want,
Yes.
You know,
yes.
That's the main
yes.
thing. Like, there's a lot of red tape. Like, when I run ads, like, if you start running any ads through Facebook Business Manager, you start seeing there's a lot of red tape to make an ad that's talking about a political candidate or a specific
yeah.
movement that's going on.
Yeah,
Like
uh-huh.
you got to meet a lot of guidelines because it's so like you're walking on eggshells because of like where's the conversation leaning towards.
Sure.
Dude, think about the amount of lawyers
Oh man.
people like Facebook have. And this is why. When they were trying to maybe subpoena or pull up that information, they probably part of the argument is actually all of our users signed this term of agreements, and in page 997 clause C bullet point 3 it states I will not allow whether or not it's based on to see political patterns and whoop-de-woo.
Right.
In other words, they covered their ass going into it. That's why they have an army of the cream of the crop lawyers. If I'm not mistaken, if you're a lawyer and you do like corporate law, like my buddy in Miami,
Right.
like corporate law or
Didn't like that.
anything like dude,
Establishing a pre-existing relationship, which is covered under the statute.
it's all basically it's all like word jujitsu.
Yeah.
That's what lawyers, these
Yeah.
good ones, that's what they are. Like at the record labels, the reason they were able to screw over lawyers is because they have more. I mean, screw over the artists. It's because they have
legal jargon.
They have more lawyers than anything. You could have a dope lawyer. Here's another thing that I found out recently that these record labels do. Check this out. Let's say you have a Rob production album, like
Okay.
records. He's putting out 50 reggaeton artists this year.
Dang.
All right. You're going to do a deal with, let's say, Universal Records.
Okay.
Well, your lawyer, who's like one of the best in New York City, actually works for me. He works for me too, and I got him working on 50 other artists. Cause them little 50 you got, we got 500, and we do a lot of work with him because he brings us artists. He gets a cut of the finder's fee. We can do a lot of stuff with Homeboy. So now, whatever y'all are talking in y'all's camp, it's getting back to us. So when it comes to negotiation, like, hey, dude, they're worried about the ringtone clause. Okay, yeah, what we gonna do? Well, just tell them like, hey, man, this deal, they're gonna take it off the table, Chingo. This deal's gonna go away if you don't take it, you know. And then you start to stick to your guns and be like,
Not only music, I wonder how what other business deals kind of go like that too,
oh,
right?
I
All the
mean,
time, I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean, just anything that comes to law. Anyway, like kind of off subject, but
Yeah.
I can only imagine what Facebook's lawyer team looks
I
like.
just thought about this. I don't know if you guys know who Tommy Lauren is, the Fox anchor. Did
Yeah,
you see what
conservative.
did you see what she tweeted yesterday?
Nuh-uh.
I think it was yesterday or Sunday. It was like a picture of just an ice, container from your refrigerator, and it was like ice baby deportation day.
Okay, well, nothing happened.
They got 6
They
people in
threatened.
Houston.
They threatened that it was gonna be 9 cities.
Nothing happened.
Nothing happened. I saw. Well, we could research that.
Sure.
But
Yeah.
it was like a false alarm. So if anything, their strategy might be to create fatigue, where it's warning,
Right.
warning, crying wolf, and then you're just it's like stressful. It's almost like how they do with the breaking news, breaking news, where you go from. We were talking about this yesterday. You go from wanting to be informed to afraid of being like misinformed and then overinformed. So you know what? I'm just numb to the shit because you're telling me in the 24-hour news cycle, you're giving me 24 breaking newses, bro.
And what's crazy, she just finished her Texas tour. We're talking about how awesome Texas is, but it's such a divided state as well. Like the people that came out for her in Dallas and Houston and Austin, but like a whole other half of the state is completely against that type of ideology.
And the whole America is split.
yeah,
It's pretty not united.
Yeah,
states.
we were listening to what was it, the Daily, babe? Whenever they were talking about, I was
Going
about
into
to
the
cry.
camps.
Going into the camps, there was
details.
what do you call it? A journalist who went in and kind of like they did their work to write about. I just cannot imagine these babies.
She was like, "Babe, we need to fucking start. We
I was
need
like,
to start
we
digging
need
a
to
tunnel,
start."
digging a tunnel right now."
I said we've got to go do something to help this.
I'm like,
One-
we're gonna break them out. Is that what
He's
you're
like,
saying?
"What do you want to do?" I'm
He's
like,
I
"I don't
have
know.
some
Can we take diapers? Can
She-
we take
She's like, the things you use to cut the what are they? The garden shears? Can they cut fence? Like, what's going on, babe?
like?"
What's happening?
I
Calm
was
down.
like, "Oh
Can
my
they
god!"
cut fence?
Like, can we go help somewhere
How strong
or the
is
other?
barbed wire?
You
Can
know?
we throw a colcha over the barbed wire and then I give you a boost?
It was like, wow. Like
Penny
the
slip
people
and
that
slide.
work in there, like if you're a parent, do you have no heart to watch these babies not getting fed, wearing dirty diapers. They smell like shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, as a parent, do you have no heart to watch these kids go through this?
And
I'm just
everybody
doing my job.
Exactly.
And here's what it is. Here's what it is. No, here's what it is. All right. And yes, it's a lot of I'm just doing my job, and I don't know. But that also happened with the Nazis.
Right,
a lot
exactly.
of people are just
That's
doing
what
their
I'm trying
job.
to say.
I'm just an accountant.
Yeah.
Bitch, nah, you a Nazi accountant. So here's the crazy thing. When you have, when you try to compare it to like, well, there's rapists and murderers that get a bed. You know what I'm saying?
Air conditioned.
Yeah, or
Food. They get 3 meals a day.
You know, versus there's adults even. But
Medication.
Let's put the kids on hold for a second. The adults even are in like standing room only, and they're growing their beards out to show the reporters that are like, this is how long I've been here, and they're doing like, they're like showing through the fucking window, like, hey man, they ain't telling y'all the whole scoop, because obviously they're not going to be allowed to talk to anybody from there. Reporters are having to try to sneak photos, right? So anyway, it's very hush-hush and closed off. So when you try to compare how a state prisoner, a federal prisoner is treated compared to a migrant camp or whatever they're calling this thing, here's the fucking loophole. Well, you see, these people, or these state property people, whatever, these people over here that are in these jails with the beds and the 3 meals, 3 hots and a cot, this over here is under the Department of Homeland Security, where there has been an initiative. You know what I'm saying? They're like, you know, ICE is a division of. Like, this is a whole nother department, bro. This is like the underworld, the motherfucking Stranger Thing. Like, this is purgatory.
The upside down.
It's almost like, no. These according to our Constitution, these cases are processed differently. So stay out of, don't worry about what we doing over here. We're doing it according to code. So basically, based on, hey man, that's how it is in the paper. That's how it's written. Hey, you got to blame the Democrats and their bureaucracy, or you got to blame it's those damn conservatives that want this. It's fucked up, dog. And it was right up the street from where the fuck we performed at and ate delicious fucking tacos.
Yep.
That's the fucking irony. It was right fucking there.
Chicks were falling on the sidewalk, drunk as fuck.
Drunk bitches, and, you know, people having a good time, laughing, falling, and meanwhile, motherfuckers can't bathe and stuff.
Yep.
I just can't. I couldn't hear it. I was like, turn it off. Change this
I,
thing.
I take in as little bit.
Yeah, I can't.
Yeah.
I
Especially
can't
when
do
it
it.
As possible.
Kids.
Especially since I feel like I can't do anything about it. Like, I was telling him, like, what can we do? Like, can we collect diapers? Like, can we collect formula? Like,
I was like, babe, they're not even letting.
They're not. He's like, they're not letting anyone in. So how are you going to?
It's, even if they did take it, I doubt they'd give it to them, because right now, well, since the beginning of time, since Ellis Island, and since it was the Irish and people coming in fucking boats, immigrants and that whole debate of whether, you know, that whole thing about citizenship, that has always been used as a political tool. Anytime it's election time, how long ago did I do this? They can't deport us all thing. Is it long? And every time, and at the time, I swear to you, at the time, we forget because it's been a while. But when I was dropping that album, the political debate, CNN, the shit on the TV, it was like, it's never gonna get to a boiling point like this ever again. You have to address this. You have to say something. And then it just gets tiring, because like, wait, 2 years ago it was the boiling point. Then they'll switch to Muslims. It'll go back to Muslims for a little while. Like, hey, hold on, all right, y'all on hold. And then and then, you know, black folk get it all the time. And then you know, and then let's not leave some white folk out of it, you know, because you have like some coal mining people, or people that might need, you got elderly white people that have, you know, just everybody's affected by all this stuff. Whether you're a young white person that wants to have the right to have an abortion, like, no matter what, you're tied into fucking politics.
Right.
And we try not to get too political.
Yeah,
Sorry,
you can get
Javi's
bogged
like,
down with it, man.
He's like,
I know, it's all
we
good.
were like, why did we go down
I'm a card
this?
carrying member of the Church of What's Happening Now. You know what I'm saying? You know, I do it like Uncle Joey does it, man. What I got to do with the price of milk, cocksucker?
Yeah.
the price of milk as a family of 4 wants to go to a Dodgers game. They're getting fucked in the ass by the time they pay parking. A hot dog.
Speaking of, Javi, how long have you been doing comedy, so listeners know?
So I am 8 full years. I'm on my 9th year. I started in 2011, so that's
Wow.
I remember what year.
long enough. I've lost track.
I met you when I was first starting, so it's around 5 years ago, and it was at the downstairs Mesquite, the pizza.
Yeah, I think
wasn't
I
in
think
San Antonio,
we
man?
met briefly in San Antonio, but there was like 20 dudes.
Oh
on
yeah,
that
yeah,
show.
yeah.
That place has been there that long? The Mesquite?
Mesquite's been there like
It was like
6 years.
different
yeah.
management,
Oh,
and
gotcha.
the club, like the comedy portion, and then the club portion has evolved to where they built out the
Okay,
upstairs,
cool.
which is super dope. I love that fucking room.
Yeah, so you were there. You got to do the pizza room, the actual downstairs for the restaurant part.
and I want to talk about that experience, but to everyone that's listening, I'm gonna shoot my. I probably won't do an hour. I don't want to waste my whole hour, but I'm gonna be shooting a special. And one of the places that came up in conversation was Mesquite Street in Corpus.
Great room. man.
I was
Right?
just there not too long ago. That's the only thing, but
Yeah.
it's small, so I'm sure we could get some new.
It's a
people.
great room. They did a great job and the previous management had a hand in it too, in the vision of what a room. The guy knows his setup, and it should be low ceilings, dark. That
Brandon.
whole. And well, when John was working
Uh-huh.
with him, they
Uh-huh.
with John's
Established
input
some
and
things, yeah.
what do you? It was kind of that they had that relationship of what do you need? What do you need
Dude.
for this comedy thing to be successful here?
Brandon is
You know,
smart because he
and-
listens.
and yeah, well, he takes in everything.
Smart, yeah.
He's one of those business
His
owners.
pizza's good as fuck.
When he does something, when he does pizza, he's gonna go
Find
take a class and
the
learn
real-
how
yeah.
to do pizza and what do I need? I need to bring in the water from New York. Okay, I'll bring in the water
Yeah.
from New York.
Do they do that?
Yeah, they use that.
Oh, shit.
They use.
They really bring water.
Yeah,
from
there's a company that I don't know if I'm giving away a secret.
Oh, no. I've
But
heard of that.
Lots of places.
It's a
do it.
thing. I
There's
didn't
a
know he
company
did
that
it.
bottles because there's something. The theory
York.
is that the New York pizza, the reason it's so good is because of the water
Something in the
system, the
water.
New York water system.
The rat
It's a
water,
tap
yeah,
water,
totally.
Rat water.
A little rat sweat. you
No,
know?
supposedly like the New York water is like amazing quality.
What?
That's what I've heard.
That makes no sense.
Yeah.
I've never heard
There's
that.
more
like
rats
out
than
of
people there,
yeah,
and it's clean?
Yeah, for some reason the drinking water is
Okay.
supposed to be like really good. And
In
it's
defense of New
something for
York,
the
I've
pizza
never
dough.
seen a rat in New York. But go on.
So there's a company that straight up
tickets.
bottles
ChingoBling.com.
New York water
Uh-huh.
and sells it to New York style pizza places around the country. So that you can make.
That sounds
real
expensive. You
Brooklyn
gonna
style
ship me
pizza.
some water, bro? How I know this New
Well,
York
that's
water?
why that damn pizza's so damn good at
Yeah.
at that place. But yeah, he's a very smart businessman. He has that fucking haunted house.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Then he's got the hall, the little event
hall,
center,
Yeah.
and then
All in the
he's got
same
all in
little
the same
building,
shopping
yeah.
center.
Same
Genius.
building, yeah,
I mean,
downtown.
he works his ass off. though.
So what I was gonna say is to everyone listening, please suggest if there's like a theater or a space that you feel
I liked even Cine del Rey only
Cine del Rey
because
was dope.
of the fact that
It has some history.
It has some history.
But
Like
we were just
like
there.
Cantinflas
Yeah.
has performed there. All these
Right.
people have performed there.
How production heavy are you going with it? Like, are you just doing a couple shots, or you want like the
crane
big-ass
and all that.
and all that?
I don't
Actually,
know about Crane.
well, you could get a lot of cool shots with a crane.
Mhm.
We used it on the Netflix.
Mhm.
And if you just section off a little area, where it's
Mhm.
like, hey, we're just not gonna have chairs on this little corner, it's kind of worth the shot sometimes.
Right.
But anyway, production-wise, how I want to go with it is this would be specifically for the web, specifically for the internet. Whether
Right.
that's a red camera or some badass HD
Right.
4K thing.
So I was just wondering, like, if you did something like where you did multiple venues, like kind of like
chop it up.
Did you see Adam Sandler's special?
I didn't, I
It was
didn't.
shot like over like 3 or 4 different shows in different
And
cities.
so was,
and one's a
uh,
theater, one's a
Schultz?
room.
Schultz did it like
Schultz
that
did
too.
one. Views from the Sis, was that different venues? I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, it was like a
'Cause
night. Was that the one? It's like a night in New York.
Well, he did one. No, that one's called. It has a different name. I forget the name of that one. But either way, it's been done, right? So, but it did cross my mind. That should be an option in the brainstorm, because every room is different, and I do plan on releasing it in parts in a playlist.
Right, it's gonna be chopped up anyway.
So, and I can't wait to do this. That's why, like, we have a lot of things juggling, things we have going on. But at some point, once the set gets like really, really polished,
Right.
and I just really lock in some things, I can't wait to shoot it because, I don't want this material to get stale to me.
Right.
There's only one section that I feel of your
Needs to
stand-up
be.
that needs polish. I think everything
new
else
stu-
is
it's the
pretty, the
new.
newer
It's the
stuff, but I
new.
think
The new,
everything
new.
else,
The
yeah.
new, some stuff I collaborated with.
But that
Rick.
also takes like a little bit of the pressure off you as a comic, 'cause if you've never been part of like the special process and how it's
Mm-hmm.
actually done, you know, with that you're able to actually pick. Oh well, I like the way I did that bit that night.
Mm-hmm.
I said I forgot to say it here, but this night I said it, or I had this little ad lib because someone said something or something happened in the crowd, and I like that. Leave that in. But when you're doing it in the way they shoot a lot of these specials, especially if you're not a name, you know, they shoot like 4 or 5 of them in a night. And it's just they.
A
you
lot
know,
of those. Yeah,
they
that's
rent
how
out a theater,
and it's the same audience.
Same audience. Sometimes you know, even if you do get a theater by yourself to do it, okay, we're gonna record 2 shows, and you got to cut your special.
And you have to
for
watch
those
out
2
for
shows.
audience fatigue.
Right. And then sometimes they'll try to set you up with 2 shows, but guess what? We didn't have enough people for the second show,
Now
so
you-
we invited those people to
one
stay.
take.
To stay, you know. Oh, y'all go ahead and we got room, so go ahead and stay
Yeah.
for the second show. So now you're performing to an audience that just heard your joke.
Yeah, man.
Again, so they're
An
probably
hour
not
ago.
gonna laugh.
And that was a concern with Me Too, and I was like, no, bro, this is Houston. We got this.
Right.
Which reminds me, August 9th through 12th. August 9th
Mm-hmm.
through 12th, Houston, Texas. So we have Addison coming up. What else? Addison
San Angelo.
San Angelo.
and San Angelo.
So San Angelo, Houston, Addison.
And San Angelo is like not necessarily a comedy club, but I don't know if they've even done comedy there, but it looked pretty legit.
Okay.
We're gonna be at the Beauregard, but I think that's how you say it.
Yeah, I think so.
Louisiana style, Francais. So yeah, man, I'm excited about that. I want to do that.
Hey, this is kind of totally random. You guys brought up. I didn't think we talked about shipping water, but I was reading some current events. There's this famous gamer who started bottling her bath water because she's so attractive. The
Boy.
guys would say, "I would drink her bath water." She literally got the savviness to start bottling her bath
Okay.
water.
Genius. Give it to her. Give it to her.
100%.
I
I
mean,
Give
applaud
it to
it.
her for
No, no,
that genius
$30 a bottle.
Because
Someone's willing
they've
to pay
got
for
some.
it.
They've
Okay.
got these sickos
Yes.
who would be willing to buy it, bro.
Okay, see, y'all are business people, so y'all are focusing on the $30 part. I might be one of the sickos. Here's what I want to know. My mind went to this. When you receive your shipment of her bath water, what do you do with it? Please tell
Bathe
me.
in it,
Whatever
drink
the
it.
fuck What do you
Does it
I
say
want.
drink
All
it,
the
bathe
things.
But
in
there's
it?
probably soap and stuff. You gonna drink soap?
I mean,
Put it on
if
the
you're the
shelf.
creepy,
Or is it just
are you the
coochie and
creeper?
water? Or is it just no? I'm just wanting to know, like, what do you do with it?
I'm
You,
gonna sit there and look at it.
you splash yourself with it? What do
Maybe
you do?
Maybe you put a pump.
Maybe
like one
I'm
of the
gonna
spray
bathe it. I'm
pumps.
gonna add it to my bath water.
Yeah, there you go.
And I'm gonna dip my French fries in it, Chingo.
See?
Why are you judging me and my lifestyle?
My choices.
She should sell like Panocha bath bomb.
I got a subscription.
Essence of Panocha.
I
Or
got
what was the one that Rogan, Miss Pat sent him?
Black pussy.
Like
Incense.
the incense.
So
Yeah.
so this female, this gamer, right?
Uh-huh.
And mind you guys, Rob is a gamer, so this is maybe possibly he might have been the one that left the comment. Hey, you should have a podcast about bottling bottled water. So
I
what
could be
if,
the producer.
what if she had different flavors that were like that was like this one's just coochie and water. This ain't got no soap, no
Sure.
glycerin.
This
If
is
you
first-
allergic, this is hyperallergenic.
First thing in the morning.
Straight coochie. Yeah, this
This
is
is
morning
my-
coochie.
this is-
Fresh
this
mornings,
po-
dirty
this is
nights.
after-
Oh, you want the
Post-workout?
potent?
Dirty nights.
Hey, after the gym, bath water.
That's kind of like an IPA. It's a little
That's,
bitter.
yeah, it's hoppy.
Don't ruin IPAs.
As soon as you open it up, it just hits you. It's an acquired taste. It's hoppy. This is regional.
The kicker of it all, she's only 19.
How many orders is she getting? Is what I
That's
want
She
to
really-
know.
sold out twice.
How many do you think she made?
She's got 4 million followers on Instagram.
She's like, fuck, man, I gotta take
wow.
more baths.
See, that's what I was talking to you about
my
via
skin is-
text.
my
Do you
skin is
remember?
red.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
my
yeah.
thing.
Uh-huh.
It's
Hey.
like there's
Why
a
you so
niche
pro-
for
She dyes
everyone.
everything, dude.
Everyone has a niche, bro.
Here's the real kicker. If your demand is so big, how would they even know that you even got in it? Like, how do you test it? Like, bitch, you just literally just have your team with a manguera.
Yeah, just
Shipping out.
running out of it.
You're just, I don't know,
put your
it's
hand
somebody
in there.
else's coochie. Like, maybe you got 10 homegirls, bitch, all y'all take baths because they might test this water.
Or she'll film herself getting in the tub,
Right.
censor some
This is
stuff.
why Chingo's a genius. Some of the deliveries, somebody was smart enough to take a microscope to it to see if human DNA was in it, and some of them did not. They were just water.
First of all,
Dang.
it's amazing.
Got him.
Chinga's
Got
about to
him.
go check.
No, it's
He's gonna order one.
No, it's such a this is the marketing.
get water delivered to
now
him.
here's
What
the
the fuck
marketing
is this?
nerd. Here's the marketing nerd in me. This is back. No, I'd hate to compare it to this, but I'll compare it after. The idea is so outside the box that it's created this whole discussion. there's people now testing it. Like it has evolved and tumbled into this discussion. So like when Nipsey Hussle dropped his mixtape for $100 a copy, and it was only like 1,000 copies, he only pressed up 1,000, which is like the minimum at any standard CD place. You're gonna, when you're starting off and you want to get manufactured, it's just 1,000. If you can't sell them, give away half. I don't know what the fuck you got to do, but if people are like, oh, it's just a mixtape and he's giving it away, he's streaming it for free the next day anyway. Who wants to? Well, Jay-Z bought like 100 copies and he sold out. So this is kind of, it's like, it's such a crazy revolutionary idea that it creates this whole discussion of, I even heard Jay-Z bought 100 copies. Like, you know, I heard, you know, somebody, some famous person ordered this girl's bathwater.
Yeah. Yeah,
don't Japanese girls do their draws or something like that? Or
I think they have vending machines for it. Japanese love the dirty draws and socks and stuff.
And this might be
allegedly.
Well, supposedly, I've heard, right? I don't want to sound like I'm generalizing. I'm the one generalizing Japanese people, but I've heard that in your upbringing, if parents are like super, like strict, like you can't, like you have to be perfect, play the piano 9 hours a day, like just you want, sometimes the way people rebel is by doing like taboo, dirty, fetishy type things.
Right. Well, definitely, it's that belief of like for some reason that sex stuff, porn, like the internet like evolved because of porn. Like we have streaming because people wanted to figure out,
and they
like,
figured it out.
How can I sell this shit?
Yeah,
and then it's like, oh, but we could use it for non-sexual stuff too.
Like isn't that how Netflix, like when they kind of started, they were able to have the technology or something like that.
Even Facebook was somewhat.
Hot or not?
Yeah. It was based off of, hey man, how do I connect with these people? The hot chick that I have biology lab with.
Oh, when Zuckerberg was in college?
It was like the original Tinder.
Yeah, so that, you know, a lot of
and
things.
then he created the Facebook.
A lot of innovation is motivated by that that want for that
1000%.
hookup, man.
I mean, we're apes.
Did you watch Social Network? The movie?
Yeah.
It was good, right?
It was a good movie.
Yeah.
Didn't Justin Timberlake?
Yeah,
he was
the Napster guy.
Played Trey, whatever.
Yeah, that's right.
He did a good job.
Solid movie.
Yeah.
I don't care what people say.
Oh, yeah, it was good.
Well, Justin took acting classes when he was a kid
at the same place Mickey went to.
Mickey
Yeah.
Back when he was
Mouse Club.
Yeah, when he was in the Disney thing.
Yeah.
He did.
Along with Britney and them.
Yeah, it's crazy though how there's something for everyone though, and it's and I say that because lately I've been doing a lot of this YouTube research, and I just I kind of want to start getting more on my YouTube channel, so I've been kind of like watching what's out there, and some of these things I'm like, wait, who sits there and watch them? But
next thing you know, you're binge.
But I've been watching now several of them, you know, and it's just like, okay, who watches them? You idiot! You just sat through like 3 episodes. Like, hello, like that's who watches them.
Everyone that's trying to crack the code.
Yeah.
Like, what's your story structure?
Like, yeah. Sometimes you overthink it. Like,
yeah,
that's what I'm trying to learn. Like I'm amazed, like how. Like, some people just go live and don't got nothing to say.
No.
It's like,
but people are sitting there
like
watching
you're just like,
it.
oh, I'm at Target and I'm walking around. What's up? Hey, what's up, John Cantu 965?
What? Bring you some Tide? No, stupid.
You know, it's like, what?
Go to aisle 7. Why?
But then that become what you were talking about. It's like, who's watching this? And like, wait a minute, I'm fucking watching this.
Yeah.
Who the fuck sits through 30 minutes?
So there's this lady, I forget what her name is. She's from like London, and she's really like a savvy mom. Like she just kind of has figured out shit, you know what I'm saying, along the way. And so this is while I was pregnant, I discovered her, right? And so then she's having a home birth. So I was like, oh, wow. But I didn't realize how common it is in Europe to have home births. It's not like, so you have your home birth and then the ambulance picks you up and then they take you to the hospital. They do your checkup, make sure everything's fine, whatever needs to happen. And then they bring you back home. Yeah, your post checkup.
Well, maybe the propaganda is different and the, what is it? Their hospital system or something. Because here. Yeah,
so here it's like the hospital first before anything. But anyway, so she was vlogging her birth, and she had her music in her ear. She had her playlist
while she's
ready.
in labor.
She's in labor. She's in the pool
like,
waiting, and
yeah,
she's
that was
got
a strong one there.
She's like talking to the camera. She's like, "Yeah, I'm really
Dedicated.
feeling this," and I'm just like,
okay, it's a 7.
So I thought about her when I was like,
This
oh,
bitch could
well,
vlog.
I told him, I said, well, if she vlogged, maybe we can do something like that. That'd be kind of cool, you know?
She hired her photographer.
Yeah, no. Well, I didn't think she was gonna like. I mean, yes, I hired a photographer, but
That was for y'all.
That was before that's for us. You
The
know what I'm saying? I
homie-
released
the
a
homie
few
China?
pictures. Yeah. I've released a few pictures, obviously, of it. But it's crazy because I thought,
And then we got the unreleased ones, you know what I'm saying? In case we know. We really trying to go viral.
Yeah.
Nah.
yeah, I have one that could make us go viral.
The
Oh,
Kim
wow.
K of pregnancies.
Of
It's
labor.
crazy.
Labor.
It's like most people have a sex tape. We have a birth tape.
We do have a birthday. That's a crazy thing.
Wow.
It leaked.
So
There's a market for everything.
there is.
birth tape.
Oh,
Well,
God.
that's the thing. It's like she's sitting there. I'm sitting there watching her give birth, and then she's just like nothing.
And then they play it in reverse to
She's-
see a kid go.
Oh my god.
Put something for sale. Someone will buy it.
We have birth water bottles.
Oh boy.
It's got plenty of placenta
Your
in there.
boy.
Birth water. Hey, y'all can test it at home. We'll send the test kit with the water.
right.
With this certificate of authenticity.
The 5-star athlete jeans.
Test. Hi, I'm Chingo Bling. I'd like to sell you some birth water.
Hey, like what's the name?
Like-
So Swampland.
Yeah, a group of scientists at U of
That's
H.
gonna be me. I'm walking with a lab coat. I don't play a doctor on the internet. You're probably wondering, what web series is this? It's not a web series. You know, I've always been an entrepreneur. My most recent thing involves health and beauty.
Right.
And then it cuts, and it's like, that's why we're starting a crowdfunding to launch, what's it called?
But-
Something
Placenta
water.
water.
Placenta
Per-
water.
Placenta water. My baby water.
Baby
If your
water.
if your girl thirsty, be like, oh no, that's my baby water, and then you give it to your girl.
Stupid. That's stupid.
Stupid enough to work.
What- Now you might be asking yourself, what are the health benefits of drinking baby water?
And it
Well, I'll
cuts
tell
to
you.
our resident expert, Javi.
Does it cure multiple sclerosis? We
It
can't
might.
say that.
There are stem cells.
But we can't say that it does not.
Yeah, there are stem cells in it. And here's a photo of Michael J. Fox taking a little swig of my baby water. My baby water has
Now,
also
notice
been
how his
studied.
hand's not shaking in the photo.
No longer shaky jeans.
I know you're saying it's a still. No, it's an iPhone
Oh my
Live pic.
gosh.
It's a GIF. Just back and forth.
Yeah. So
Uh,
there's a niche for everyone, right?
yes. Yes.
So for your loved ones, take a swig of my baby water.
The end.
I actually had not seen the birthing video after Shauna made it, right?
Mhm.
And so I just hadn't had a chance
The
to watch
audio
it.
alone.
And
Boy.
I decided to watch
Boy.
it the other day at a show. I was sitting there waiting because I was waiting for him to go on stage, and so I'm sitting there watching it, and I was like, all that happened during my birth? And I told him, I said, look at this. And then Jerry and Jesus walk in, and I'm like, in the video, and he's like, turn that shit off.
Yo, what y'all watching? Oh shit!
It was hilarious. I was like, oh my God, all that was happening. And then Penny's being born.
Sound like somebody constipated.
And he walks over there and he's just like, oh my God. And you hear him with the oh my God.
Yeah, because I was just freaking out.
Emotional.
Like, life, this is our kid. And now I look at her now. She's a year and a couple days. And I'm like, bro, this is our kid. Now she's walking. And you know, like a baby deer. She's walking. But it's like, fuck, dude, take it all in. Because not too long ago, she was hauling ass in that walker.
Yep.
Now we're like, does Javi's baby? She probably has a couple walkers. She probably don't need this one. But like, do we put it in storage?
She just got hers. She just got her first one, but she's going backwards a little bit, but she doesn't know that she's doing it. She's still trying to figure out that she can move it. She just kind of looks around like, what? Wait, how did I?
We put Penny in at 4 months in that thing, and that's when I got
She
her a
didn't,
walker.
Like, really didn't kind of fit.
And
all the
she
way?
didn't fit all the way, so it was kind of
You have
like
to
hard.
Put a towel in the back.
So that she could kind of fit in it. But I think that's what helped, like, her be more, like, active and stuff, because she was at it shortly after that. She would
Once she
only
got
go
the hit,
backwards
that was her favorite
also. And then
toy.
after that, it was like, this is her thing. Like, put
Yeah.
me in my walker.
Yeah,
Now,
once she got
and now
the
that she
groove-
can walk independently, is she over
Yeah.
it? She doesn't want to.
She
Yeah,
doesn't
she-
even want to get in the walker
there's
now.
no-
She wants
she'll-
to walk.
She'll do the dead weight, like throw
Is
herself
it
back.
one convert like maybe like one of those pushy things? She won't even do those.
I had to buy the pushy thing. And she'll push it for a little bit, but now that she knows that she can walk, she's like,
Yeah.
let me
now
walk
it's
on my
like,
own, girl.
fuck this pushy thing.
Yeah.
It's honestly, it's almost like that. Maybe it depends for some kids. She didn't really take to it, and if she did, it might have been just a very short window of time. Where it's like, dude, keep making those as cheap as possible because they really don't even. They're better off damn near just doing like the couch thing, where they like walk side by side like it's the pool and shit, like me in the pool.
Everything we buy, I'm like, yeah, that's gonna be on Facebook for $20 in a couple months.
Yeah. Yep.
Real talk.
You gotta use it for.
That's why when I had the baby shower, I asked for no, please, like if you want to give something, like give a gift card to like baby to Bye Bye Baby or whatever, because I didn't want to buy stuff that we didn't need, which was great for me to do, but whenever I gave birth to Penny, I wanted her bathed, right? And so everybody was like, did you buy her a towel? And I was like, a towel? No. And I was like, oh shit, well that's because I didn't want to buy anything. So now, and I just so happened to have a towel that someone gave me at a baby shower, at one of the baby showers that my friend Esmeralda. Luckily, someone gave me a towel in the bath set for you to bathe the baby. And so I was like, oh wait, someone did give me a bath. And I was like, hold on, let me get that bag. I got the bag and I gave it to them for them to bathe Penny. But it was funny because I didn't buy, I bought absolutely nothing except for the DockATot where she could sleep in and her bassinet. And that was
Minimalist.
I wonder if anybody makes like biodegradable kids toys, because think about how much plastic, because it's like, I'll give you an example.
Wait till I bring up my toy.
I'm trying to give you an idea, baby. So next time we do the LA thing, after we create a whole bunch of stuff in Texas, right? And next time we hit LA, we'll probably like not pack toys, because they play with bullshit. They play with like the cardboard box. Like I know it's a cliche, like they rather play with the box it came in, but it's fucking true. Yeah. And I know they sell like little patterns to where you can make stuff out of the cardboard box, but
which that was genius. But that dad and son that made up that thing.
But even if you have to buy a couple things, like a little bag of like those little plastic balls at like Big Lots or something, or one car, or then something with wheels, a couple basic things, you could buy that at the corner.
Some like
something you
Duplo
could
blocks
throw
or
away
something.
guilt free.
But it's plastic. That's
So
the
I
thing.
did buy a few things for Penny when we got to LA, because I only brought like things like her piano that she likes to play with, which she never played with. But here at home, she'd play with that thing. And I was like, are you kidding me? I brought a suitcase that fitted. It was one of those little carry-on ones.
One of the many cases.
And I was
strollers
like, oh my God. I was like, you play with it at home. Why are you not playing with it here? I specifically had to bring the suitcase so that it could
studio.
fit.
That big-ass jogger.
LA, Mom. I need LA toys.
Yeah.
Well, that jogger came in handy. Like, we had to bring it because we used it every day. Because where we were staying was
it
such
lent
a...
itself.
Yeah, and which what I was going to say earlier, like, when you visit a city like Mexico City, when I go to Mexico City, of course, I'm in love with it because we're usually in Condesa or Roma or something that's like super central. We don't deal with traffic and commute at all. Where we stay, there's all surface roads and all the cool shit. And so, sorry, I know I'm like bouncing back, but earlier I was gonna say, like, when it comes to public transportation, I know it's really off subject.
Full circle.
I'm on a lot of caffeine.
Full circle.
And a lot of THC.
My brain's like...
Yeah, I know. Anyway, my point is this. The jogger was super heavy to carry, but it was necessary because thankfully we were in a convenient area where we got a ton of use out of it.
Well, here's the other thing. The problem is, which I know Duna doesn't listen to our podcast, but Duna needs to come out with the after a year old stroller / car seat.
After a year old.
You see, because this one...
After a year, stroller / car seat.
Like this. Like our Duna right now
The
is our car
convertible?
seat / stroller. But this one needs to be facing out because...
Oh, like the bigger weight.
One. You know what I'm saying? Because right now, that one that Penny's in, she can ride up to 35 pounds. She's only 23 right now. So she's so long, her feet dangle off of it. Okay? So she's tall and, but she's 23 pounds. It goes up to 35 pounds. So my mom for her birthday got
and
her
it's been tripping. I can't get it to lock
it's
into the base, so I'm having to
do
it a different one.
So my mom got her the Duna tricycle for her birthday, which is so dope.
Stroller.
Because it folds into a backpack.
And turns into a tricycle.
So
she won't outgrow it.
So it goes up to 4 years old, which is great. You know what I'm saying? A stroller
So the investment, that her mom made is justified because
Because at first I had thought about a power wheel. And my
The
mom's like,
electrical.
how long is she going to use this power wheel? Is there something better? And I was like, well,
Yep.
there is this Duna. I'm not sure if you want to spend the money.
and then you told her it's European.
And then I told her it's
and she's from
European.
Mexico City.
And
So
so
she's
she's
like, oh, European is quality.
And so I said, it's a European, brand. I was
Popis.
like, could we? Yeah, we call her Grandma Popis.
Abuelita Popis.
Yeah, Abuelita Popis. So I said, and I showed her how it converts, and it literally goes into like the size of that backpack right there. That's
That's
how
dope.
small
That's
it
a great
gets.
idea.
Yeah, and so that brand I feel needs to come out with the middle stroller where it's like, oh,
It'll-
they're a little bit older, but they still have to be in a stroller.
It'll probably be a tank. Honestly, that's probably why they
No,
don't make
I
it.
think they can make it, babe, because if
It'd
you,
be like-
it's just they're big anyway as it is a car seat when
But
they're in the car.
I think when they're that age, babe, you literally just leave the car seat
Yeah.
put, and then you have
And then
the
you do
little
the
other
tricycle.
one,
Right.
or she could walk,
You get her, you get
For
her.
real.
or you have the little like the little quick umbrella ones that's light, like.
Like, how long do you
Sit
think
down.
you're gonna have her in a stroller? How till how?
Well, it
old?
depends. No, this is what it is. I think if you're going to the zoo, like if you going for a walk, their little feet they carry me.
It's one less thing you got to pack.
Like
I just don't want to. I mean,
depends on the activity.
that's why I bought her
Yeah.
the tricycle because that tricycle after a while it's still a stroller.
Mhm.
Okay, so it's a tricycle stroller. So right now she's not able to pedal, right? So she just sits her feet on the thing. So I'm pushing her, but she thinks it's the coolest thing, right? Once she gets older, there's a thing that you click in the front to where you can maneuver it still, and she can pedal. And
Transforms.
then it transforms.
Phases.
Then if you want her just to use it as a tricycle, you take the handle off, and then it's just a tricycle. For
Where's
her.
the old Red Rider back in the day? Just put him in the back of that, pull him, and that's it.
I mean, she does have a Red Rider wag.
well, yeah, but a tricycle's cool because it's like they're riding a little.
But I
bike.
want her to
Yeah.
ride a bike. Like I
Yeah.
was a bike fanatic, so like I had a bike galore. Like every year,
I
I
Yeah.
still have bikes. We
I
just
still
don't ride them.
Yeah, well, because it doesn't have a baby seat,
Yeah.
and
We
I'm
need-
also very
I need to
short, and
put
I can't reach the floor.
We need to put that on our little to-do list.
I'd be scared to ride a bike with a baby seat. in the
Yeah,
back.
especially around here, man.
Well, you can do the one in the front.
We-
so
this
she
is what
doesn't
we
have
would
to
do.
be in the back. There's
Oh,
a
okay.
front
That's cool.
version.
and this is what we would do. One block over, you cross one street at the light safely.
And then we
and
go down.
TSU,
has
there's a whole bike
trail.
path. There's a
Yeah.
whole trail. There's no
Oh, okay.
cars.
Yeah.
No cars at all.
So we could do that. But yeah, so it's the coolest thing or whatever. But yeah, so what I figured out on this trip, because so many people have been asking, like, do you have any tips? I found a diaper bag, right? It's just you can put it in your backpack, right? So it's like for diapers and like a changing pad or whatever. But I used it as my toy bag. So it clips. So whatever fits in that bag are the only toys I take.
Okay, when do we get a Marisol review video? For
Yeah,
products?
right.
Because you could show the lobster.
The lobster is a must. That's one thing you
It's a
should
little-
invest in.
Oh no, that's
How old
that's
is your
for something
baby?
else.
How old is your baby now?
She's 6
6
months.
months.
Short, well, what day are we?
July.
my
18. She's gonna be 7 months. She'll be 7 months
It's Monday.
on Friday.
So listen, there's
Yeah.
this lobster chair that I saw a lady at the restaurant one time
Oh,
having.
where you eat? Where you put it on the side of the
Yeah,
table?
I
Oh,
just
yeah,
clip
yeah, yeah.
it,
Those are
and it's
cool.
like so we take it everywhere, and I took it to LA because who's gonna have a high chair in their Airbnb? No one. So I clipped it on the bar,
That
and that's where
Airbnb
she.
was not really that
it was not child friendly
safe.
at all. But no one's gonna make an Airbnb child friendly.
I mean,
very
you could,
few.
we could.
So it clamps to.
It
the
clamps
table.
to any table that
Yeah.
you go to. Anything.
literally
You
put
could
her-
honestly, if you didn't want to invest in a high chair, period, you could do it on your dining table,
Right.
and then that's it. There you go. And it was $40.
Wow.
And you could use it as your high chair at home.
I had a high
and
chair
you
at
could take
home.
it with
You
you.
can take it
I
with
hate
you.
using high chairs in restaurants.
So there you go.
'cause
So
some
that's
of them
it.
Are, like we have like the little little
Jeans.
cover.
She can
Like-
actually already sit in it because
Yeah.
it's soft and it has straps in it. So and then it comes with a little table too.
Yeah, she uses a high chair at home. We have one that straps on to our dining room table. I don't know any of the brands or anything like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
But it's just one that just it's
He's
locked
like,
onto the
I'm
chair.
not. I'm not Chingo.
Yeah, like it's just like what's that one? Well, how much
The
is that
lobster,
one? Well, they
babe.
do the same thing. Get the one that's $40.
Yeah, yeah.
Lobster,
Come on.
babe.
Javi's like, hey, I just cut the checks.
You know what
I'll
I'm saying?
be-
Yeah, get that one. That's a good one.
whatever you want, baby.
Yeah. This is my third child, man.
Yeah.
So I'm really on. She goes, I want to get the. Oh, yeah, that's good.
Just autopilot.
That's cool.
Yeah, all right. Get it.
Like,
get it.
like sometimes you don't have an opinion on some things. Like sometimes I don't care what color the high chair
Yeah,
is. 'cause
exactly.
It's a high chair.
Oh,
like,
sold too. Do you think I should get this,
Ugh.
this donut, or but this one's the deluxe. It comes with a bag, and but they don't only have it in green, but it is wood grain. I'm like, baby, which one do you want?
Yeah, I don't care. How
It's like-
about I don't care?
And your mom bought it.
it's not
And
that
your
I
mom
don't
bought
care.
it.
It's
No,
just-
I don't care.
It's not. It's not. Like it doesn't make enough difference to.
That means you
spend
don't
the-
care.
To spend the time.
That means you don't care.
I mean, I care.
I
Straight
can
up.
care if it were higher up on my priority care
Yeah,
No
list.
other
so
priority.
therefore I will
That's
not care.
It's just like, look, does this warrant a 10-minute discussion on what color
Exactly.
the
I could have written a chapter in my book. You know, I could have shot the next
scene.
fucking
See,
scene.
the thing for me is, I think future. How long can she use this? So before I purchase anything for her, my thought is, how many years can I use it? If we decided to have another child, can that child also use it?
Right.
Which is why I only buy neutral color stuff. Which is why my stroller is black. Which is why this Duna that we just got is green. You see what I'm saying? So it's like,
Right.
I don't buy pink things. I don't buy yellow things. I just buy pretty neutral color stuff, because if we decide to have another child, it's like
Maybe one of us might decide for us. Go on.
so, there's a bunch of things, like people always ask for those tips.
My baby's laugh. It's one of the ways she got me.
It's like, I found the key way to do stuff. Like those bottles that I showed you
Those are
guys.
great.
Those are great. It's like,
I'm all about convenience. If
Yeah.
something
Me
is going to
too.
simplify my life, I will
Exactly.
spend. I'm not going to spend it because it looks cool or whatever. But if it's going to make my life simpler, I will shell out the money. For it.
So the bob we wanted because I knew that I wanted to exercise and be able to have it. Luckily, thank you to all our family and friends who gave us gift cards. We were able to purchase that with the gift cards.
Able. That's why we was able.
Yeah. Well, I just didn't want to invest in so many things
Right on.
myself, So I appreciated the gift cards, And we did
And
purchase.
Penny appreciates it because we get family walks. It's like a family walk time.
Uh-huh.
And the way some of these sidewalks are around here,
Yeah.
you can't take the other little
How
stroller.
about because of the sidewalk? Well, it might have been too in LA because we walked so much. The tires are going low, so you have to fill up the tires
oh,
on
'cause
the
they're back tires,
Yeah, the
right?
back tires.
Yeah.
Yeah, the air. So it's crazy, but there's so many people that listen. Are like, who gives a fuck about this baby talk? But
Yeah,
Man,
he's
I'm
watching sports over there.
I'm
No,
just glad they're not
this
talking
is,
about fitness right now.
No, right? No, this is. Let me see if I can just play it through here.
What is it?
It's too late to rescue you. The best wisdom that I can possibly give. The
Marriage
best
advice
Wisdom
and-
I can possibly give on that subject.
And kid advice.
9 days, and it's a little late. You should have come to me sooner. My wisdom would be, you have to stay out of the way. Now, and I wish you a very happy marriage, and I'm sure you'll have one. But I'm just telling you, when it comes to marriages, the women lose their mind. Your fiance's going to lose her mind. Your mother-in-law is going to lose her mind. Your mom is going to lose her mind. Several of your sisters and female relatives are going to lose their mind, and they're gonna barrage you with constant questions. What should we wear? And then, which of course my answer was, I don't care. And then, what color should the invitations be? I don't care. What should we have for dessert? I don't care. Should we seat this way or that way? I don't care.
Who is that?
But see, I don't care.
It's a 3-minute video.
who
Mike
is
Leach,
that?
he's the coach for Washington State
Yeah.
University. It's so
That's
funny,
one of those
man.
ones I had to edge away. I get what he's saying, but I also didn't know how far he was gonna.
Yeah.
How far he was.
Oh, I gotta
Everybody-
watch that.
When he started going like your
Anti-female.
mom's gonna lose her mind. I'm not
like,
okay.
is this about
I'm
Alzheimer's? What the
I'm
fuck?
just like.
Well, you know what's funny is so at one point I had told him, I said, okay, well let's go visit my friend in Spain, right? I said, and while we're out there, let's go ahead and get married while we're out there, like a wedding, not married because we're married, but let's go have a wedding. Well, my sister and her were going to help, and they started asking me all these questions. I started getting overwhelmed, and I said, "Oh, by the way, I don't want to do this anymore." He's like, "What happened?" I was like, "I just don't. There's too many questions."
She's like, I just wanted some nice photos.
I just
to
wanted
commemorate.
photos. That's it. I was like, they're asking me like, do I want
What
this
kind of napkins,
and
the
that?
count,
And I was
the thread
like,
count, or the
whoa.
napkin?
I was like, this is getting.
This ain't.
I just started to
didn't sign
feel
up for
overwhelmed,
this.
and I just kind of felt like
That's the
wow,
crappy part.
Who women really like to put themselves through this? Like, so my sister is one of them. She, there's some of us that are like a fairy tale wedding, and I just have never been the fairy tale wedding type, like never. Like I've always thought
Hallelujah.
a destination wedding has always been the best idea for me. Like it's like if you can come, great, and then it eliminates any haters that are going to be talk about you, right? So they're only the ones that really want to be there are going to make the effort to go.
True.
So that was my whole idea behind
Testify.
having a destination wedding,
Yeah.
And then it was like, oh, when I told him, I said, okay, let's do it in Spain, and it's just like, it's just us, and, whoever can come, great, And then I'm telling you, once my friend and my sister started asking me questions, I was
For one,
no.
like when people go all out,
don't want all that.
some people like to go all out, especially in some cultures. It's almost like most cultures, if you think about it, there's a whole fragment of society that likes to go all out, right? Because it's a special thing.
Well, my
it's a big deal.
friend's dad had a fund for both her and her sister for, when they got married.
I got a cousin that loves planning events. She gets stressed out and everything doing it, like quinceañeras, her wedding, her daughter's quinceañeras, weddings. But as soon as one's done, she goes, I'm ready to plan another one. Like
no,
like when's
none
the next?
None of
when's
those
the
sound
next
fun to me.
thing? So some people, I get it. Some people, that's fun. That is
Yeah.
fun for them, even though it's
No
it's
desire
hard
whatsoever.
or difficult or stressful.
Birthday parties are a different thing to me. I think those are fun. I just I'm really big on birthdays because I feel it's like you got another year of life. So birthdays I feel are very meaningful. So I like for it to be memorable for the girls, So
Right.
since I've been in Mickey's life, when we've done anything little, for her, I always wanted her to be like, that birthday was cool because this happened,
Yeah, that's cool.
But Penny was a year old, just turned a year
Mickey
old.
be forgetting too. She was like, "Wait, what did we do for my birthday?"
Yeah,
last
she forgot.
year?"
I was
Even
like,
I kind of
"Girl."
forgot. It was like,
I was like, "Are you kidding me?" And I was like, "As much effort as I put into it, you're gonna say I forgot?" But like for Penny, I didn't do anything big because I just feel like she's one. What can she? You could probably use more of the photos that you took rather than a party.
Those are so adorable, by the way.
Thank you.
Those
So-
pictures were bomb.
And so, I just felt like I want her to have, I want her to look at those pictures. I was like, oh, is that what y'all did? Yeah, that's all we did, And literally, I think there were, 12 kids went to her little play thing that we did.
She had fun.
And she had fun. All the kids had fun. And that's
She
what
had
I
fun.
wanted. Just literally, her aunts and uncles came to the
Contrast.
Smash party, which I'm sure they were like, okay. But, I wasn't going to invite them to the birthday party because I wanted people with just kids to
Right.
be there, So,
Yeah, contrast with like what the fuck my parents did. It was like spooky clown, 3, 4, 5 kegs of beer, like a whole bunch of compadres.
I had a fish fry for my first birthday party.
oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, hey, come on.
Those are
Nice.
more. I grew up in Corpus, man, so that's what it's all about.
What's that fish restaurant?
Fish fries.
Boat
Boatnet, but okay, Boatnet's fast food though.
Yeah.
Like Boatnet is not
fish fry.
like whatever. You can take my Corpus card away for a minute. Boatnet's not like good. Boatnet's good like how El Paso reps Chico's Tacos for some reason.
Yeah, it's just
Got it,
I
okay.
get it.
Like it's just cheap. What it is it's cheap.
it's a tradition too,
It's fast. So it started in the hood.
and it's part of the identity
Right.
of the local culture.
Right. The tartar sauce is bomb.
Yeah.
That's really the main reason to go. I go to Bonet and I get the chicken. The chicken's good there. I don't even get the fish and shrimp
Interesting.
interesting.
because the fish
It's
is just
been
a
a
little.
lo-
It's just a little square cod patties and
If we do this back to that special idea, if we
Yeah.
do end up shooting it in Corpus, or if it's a 3-city thing, or however we do it, there should be a quick little insert of like us eating boatnet.
Yeah.
There's been years since I've had it, but it could be a quick little setup. Boom.
This
But
is
some
the
people
first I
love it.
hear of
I got family that lives here in Houston that drives down to Corpus just to
Just for
get
that?
Bonet
Oh, wow.
because they remember it from their childhood. They remember
Memories.
going to visit the family down in Corpus.
It's like
and,
you at Lane's.
and
at,
Yeah.
they associate it with we go to Bonet and we'd go to the beach and we
Visit grandma
play and
or
visit
whatever.
grandma and that was when they So they associate it with that. So and I'll see them on Facebook when one of them goes down. Hey, pick me up some bonnet, bring it back, and they'll drive it back from Corpus. I'm like, oh, you gonna eat fish?
It's been
Out
sitting
of the
In your
car
car
for 3
the whole
hours.
time?
even a car with
Man.
AC. Like one of Penny's cakes melted in a car with AC.
Yeah,
You
if you have it in the sun, if you don't got it in the
Yeah.
right spot, if you don't know where your
And
cool
it's
spots
Houston.
are. Yeah, the floorboard, you're getting the heat from the road. That ain't
Yeah.
even cool down there.
Speaking of AC, when I was driving y'all's cars around playing fucking valet at the
yeah.
in McAllen, your AC was the coldest fucking AC I've ever sat in.
I have such good luck with car ACs. Like
It was unbelievable. I was like, what the?
How much
Fuck.
Freon?
How much
But
Freon is in
for
this
real.
beer?
He's like, oh, I put some every day.
At the 2012, I've never refilled the
Get the
Freon.
fuck outta
I've
here.
never charged it.
Wow.
And
That's
I've
Toyota.
had my cars
Yeah.
have, but even when I was in high school, I had an Isuzu Rodeo. It was a
Oh,
90.
I wanted one of those.
It was a 94, and I graduated in 2002. So it was a but that was my shit. That was my car.
I thought
man.
there was an AC unit in the back of the car. That's how fucking cold it was.
What?
I was like, damn, how do we keep this car forever?
Yeah, yeah. It's
Wow.
great. It's got 185,000 miles on it. I'm taking that bitch to 300,000 if I can, man.
You probably
I love
can.
Toyota.
Yeah,
Wait,
Toyota
this
will.
car right here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How you put that many miles? Wow.
I've driven it
looks
to
pretty new.
Phoenix.
It looks
I've driven
new.
it to Ohio. I've driven it to Phoenix twice. I've driven it to El Paso countless times. I've driven it
Yeah, because it look brand new.
to
What
to
the-
Dallas. I've driven it to
And
Ohio.
then you do Uber with
I do
it too.
Uber. I travel for one of my other jobs. I travel around South Texas.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
a lot.
Oh, that thing's a fucking trooper.
That's
then.
why I won't get rid of the Honda.
Over-engineered.
I won't do it.
Yeah.
Over.
They're great. I had
For
a
sure.
guy knock on my window in a Lowe's parking lot and try to buy that car off of me. He goes, hey, is this a SE? He liked the trim because the trim it's like the second or third down or whatever.
luxury. Yeah.
Right, it's got leather, but it's only got leather on the edges. The inserts are still cloth, so it's not like the super luxury. It's not the SXE. It's just the SC. He goes, yeah. I used to have one of these. He goes, what do you want for it? And I was like, it's really not for sale, sir. He
Everything's
goes,
for sale.
well, I want it for my daughter. Yeah, it was kind of like I thought he was gonna do me like that.
Everyone has a
And
price.
he goes, well, here's my card. Think about it.
Illuminati.
Oh, damn. Here's my card. Think about it.
Yeah, think about it. He goes, because I've been
Wow.
looking for this same trim
That's
for
a Toyota. That's a Toyota commercial
for,
right there.
for
Yeah,
my
right?
daughter. I was like, it's a 2012.
Toyota.
And I told him, I was
everything
like,
ain't for sale.
At that time, I was like, it's 180,000. And he goes, yeah, I ain't worried about that. He goes, you don't have any problems with it? I was like, no, I don't have no problems with
He's
it.
like, fuck them miles.
yeah,
Toyota sponsors podcasts too. They have their
Yeah.
own podcast. Maybe you should reach out to
Yeah,
them.
man.
Damn.
What?
yeah, I'm all about it. I got Jen. We just got her a Highlander.
Those are so
last year.
pretty.
Yeah, I love it. It's great. That
was
it'll be
that
our
was on my
car
list
for a while.
of vehicles when we were looking for another one.
Yeah,
As,
y'all got my dream. When that's my like.
The Infinity.
Infinity?
Like when I get that check, yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
I like the Infinities.
That's a great
Those are
mama
good
bill.
cars.
That's
yeah.
gonna be.
hey,
my,
hey.
That's gonna be my hand-me-down.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Once I upgrade my baby to, you know
yeah,
what I'm
I'm
talking
cool.
about? G-Wagon, G-Wagon, G-Wagon,
That's just part of it.
G-Wagon.
That's the old school.
I
though.
got it on the
no,
door.
you know the lady you get the new car, mama.
You know
Yeah.
I'm old school,
Yeah.
dog.
I'm
You
good
know
with this
old
truck
school.
right here.
Hey,
My
ba-
dad
hey,
was
baby.
like that. My dad
Yeah.
always drove like the crappy
I'ma
car,
drive the
but my
Honda,
mom
baby.
had the brand new car all the time. And I used to
Same
always be
here.
like, that's not fair. And my dad's like, no, we're both in it. At the end of the day, like
Yeah.
we do family events. We're
Oh
in
no,
the new
I'm
car.
still taking this to open mic. No, I'm taking this to open
Yeah, I'm
mic.
still pushing this around down
Yeah.
when I can get it.
Well, you know, Marisol takes real good care of me, so you know,
Yeah.
she need to have a good car.
Hey.
We were driving around one time, and I think he saw like it was a little Lotus or something, and they had just gotten the Infinity, and she was like, "Hey, babe, what if I got one of those?"
What was it?
It was like a little Lotus. It was a little tiny little
Oh,
roadster.
clowning, yeah, because I don't want that.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't want to swear.
I don't
I
want
want
a
a dope ass Monte Carlo.
Yeah.
Hooked up, old school,
Yeah,
Yeah, that's dope.
old school.
Yeah.
Like the training day.
Yeah.
That's my dream
dope.
car.
Didn't
Dude.
you have something like that?
Well, I had a red one, but it wasn't like the training day edition.
Yeah.
What's his name? Shadow Ramirez, or it might have been Grimm, the H-Town rappers. Had a nice black Monte Carlo, kind of like that. I was like, bro, man, you know, I know everything ain't for sale, but let me know.
Yeah.
Think about it.
Yeah.
Here's my card. But
It's a
yeah,
card in
like
shape of a
maybe-
Take my
rooster.
card.
I mean, before you know it, Mickey's gonna be driving age, and depending on if there's a hand-me-down vehicle, so who
Mhm.
knows that That
might have to get the
CRV,
Honda.
if we still have that Honda CRV, you know, who knows? I don't know. We'll talk about it.
It might be the Infinity now that takes the Honda's
Right.
spot. Because
We'll
that's what, she's 10, so in 6 more years she'll be
That's
driving.
crazy.
I mean, the
Yep.
Honda will probably still be driving.
Yeah,
drivable.
I can see it still.
But
being
you know,
driving.
but
I can't
then
imagine learning to drive in Houston though. How'd y'all do it?
I went to driver's ed.
That
parking lot, empty parking lot.
empty parking lot.
Yo,
same way?
in driver's ed, it's oh my god.
I
it was
consider myself a
hilarious.
good driver here, man. I'm still like nervous
out here.
like,
That's funny.
about it. Like not so much like nervous, like I'm like gonna cause an accident or anything, but like
Other people.
Like I'm gonna miss exits. Like I missed 2 exits. I've only
Well-
been here 24 hours. I've already
well,
missed two.
yeah.
Like, two.
The crazy
exits.
thing is, last night when he was going to Axelrad open mic, which is down the street, I'm thinking like, bro, how'd you get lost? It's up the street from where you were earlier today. So that's what tripped me up. Oh, how was it, by the way, man?
It was good, man. It was good. It was hot.
Oh,
Oh, they don't have no AC
upstairs.
up there?
I don't know if they didn't have it or it was packed.
Oh, nice.
Which, first of all, so that's like a little culture shock for me to go. One, it's not an open mic; it's a show that they do, Punchline Mondays. I'll thank y'all for the stage.
Oh,
time.
my bad. I call it open mic, man. my
Yeah,
bad.
yeah, it's a show. I walked in, I
Oops.
felt like I was being a little disrespectful. I was like, "Hey, man, I'm here for the open mic," and they're like, "It's not an open mic. I don't know who told you that." I was like,
Chingo.
well, I think my name might be like someone called for me."
Man, my bad.
Like, no, it's all good.
The whole
They
thing
were
was
cool.
miscommunication. I
They
was
were-
like, hit me when you're on your way.
Yeah, they were cool about it, and then because I thought it was an open mic, I got there a little late because I was like, well, if I don't get up, I'll hang out, I'll talk to the comics, it's all good. I know it's like a show, and they put a slot for me in there.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, it was good. I got to do 10
bit?
minutes.
Yeah, what bits did I mean? Just topic.
I riffed a little off top just because the room was very unique.
Yeah.
It hit about 50-50 because it was the room. It was like it's kind of like a hipsterish kind of spot. They got hammocks out
Yeah, yeah,
in
yeah.
the back,
Oh, in the
and they
back,
got
yeah.
the AstroTurf and all that, and upstairs was the comedy, and they got this room, and it's all repurposed, reclaimed wood. Like just the floor's wood, the walls are wood, the ceiling's wood.
It's just
It looks like you're doing a comedy show like in the hull of an old ship, and it's hot.
Yeah, it's funny. What'd they say?
And I got up there and I was like, man, I always want to know what it feel like to do comedy on board the Amistad.
Oh, that's fucking.
And it's funny because they were all sitting on benches.
Oh.
I was like, y'all gonna have to start rowing in a minute.
Did you say that? Oh,
That's
that's hard.
hilarious.
What they laugh?
The audience was like 60% black, so like,
Oh shit!
but it's all good because I was like Wakanda forever, and like it was cool.
Instantly friends.
No, actually, they were the ones that laughed. Like,
Okay.
like
That's fucked.
like it was the like little hipster.
And then you're like, hey, I'm
chicks that were
Mexican,
there
man.
that-
I might have been on there.
yeah.
That might have brought me as a little villager from somewhere.
Yeah,
You're the
they,
little
they just didn't
translator.
need a boat.
They needed somebody that spoke Nahuatl on the ship.
So like, man, we were the dumb. We came willingly.
That's fucked up.
Like we were like, hey, y'all got jobs.
They're like, we even gave them all of our gold.
Yeah.
On top of that.
Yeah.
Go. We have a lot of it. We don't care about this.
Yeah,
Why
we're
is this
like,
guy
hey,
with
they-
a beard.
Hey, they need people to pick their oranges. Like,
That's fucked up.
someone did that joke before.
Okay.
I think it might have been Carlos. He said, we're just here because slavery ended.
Oh,
We're like, someone need to
damn.
pick that shit. And we were like, hey, fuck it. They got jobs. So
didn't see
Damn.
ya. What was I gonna ask you, man? So that's funny that the traffic throws you off, or that you get kind of intimidated, or it's like a culture
I'm not
shock.
secure. Maybe
yeah.
I'm just not secure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not secure, and I consider myself a good driver. I drove as a courier in San Antonio.
But you haven't
in
driven that
college.
much here, though.
I have driven here before, but I feel like I should be more comfortable
Mm.
with it. But it's like every time I come, even if it's just a few months apart, I feel like something's different. That building wasn't there before, or it wasn't that color, or it's like everything. You are living in an environment where everything is constantly
Or you just
Evolving.
look
changing
more
or
hyper
being
alert.
developed. And maybe
'Cause
because
you're
I'm
not-
not from
yeah.
here, I'm hyper alert. So
Yeah,
So-
like us in LA.
yeah, and in Corpus where things were stagnant for so long, it's just it's everything's landmark based, man. Go down to the Waterburger on Weber, take a left. Don't pass Fridays. If you pass Fridays, you went too far.
Yeah. Go
Yeah,
take
that's not
Crosstown.
happening
Is it
here.
Crosstown or SPID?
right. And that
Well, where are you trying to go, mijo?
yeah, that's it. And everything, and then the other thing is we got the turnaround systems here, and I know that like that's not a thing like in like California.
Like to just
Like, I think-
exit and U-turn.
Like,
Yeah, to
U-turn?
be able to like, oh, you miss an exit, you just go and you go under the underpass and you go
You're
back,
Yeah,
right?
sometimes.
Like that. Well, in Corpus,
Yeah.
our entire freeway system's like that.
Well,
if you
here
miss
it
a
is
street,
too, babe. It's like you miss one street, but the next one may have it for you to have a U-turn.
Mm-hmm.
I told you that. I was like, do you know what I noticed out here? It's like
LA?
you've got to go. Yeah, in LA, you've got to go way far
Yep.
before you can get to a next exit to make a
Yep.
U-turn because we got lost. We missed
Mm-hmm.
it. We missed our exit, and I was like, are you kidding me? I'm gonna have to go all the way down another 3 miles
yeah, I think
before I can
Trejo
make
was
a
the one
U-turn.
that pointed that out to me one time. He was in Corpus and I was driving him around and he goes, man, y'all just got U-turns here. He goes, in LA, you got to get off and you got to drive 5 blocks
Yeah,
off and then
yeah.
you can come back around.
I
ha-
noticed that.
I had to break down like local geography to Seoul in LA. She's like, Wilshire's way over here. I was like, babe, okay, where we live, North Hollywood, where we're staying,
Right.
North Hollywood, is technically kind of like the valley.
The valley.
I was like, so you got to go down this canyon, or basically we're in this valley part, then there's this mountain, and the temperature's different, the weather. She's like, oh, that's where. Well, where's East LA? Okay, well that's still like LA
Right.
proper. That's not valley,
Right.
I was like, wait, Burbank.
Below Sunset. I don't know. That's from Clueless.
Or-
that's all there is. I know that.
Clueless.
or like the Burbank show. I was like, that's right around the corner. Like it's down. Oh, it's fucking close. I was like, because we're all in the valley. I was like, I've been telling you this. You're not listening. Well, Lancashire. Where's Lancashire?
It was just too much over there for me. Like it's like
That was like we were Corpus in this.
yeah,
in
we were
this
Corpus in there
metaphor.
because here there's so many back roads that we can take. Well, I guess where
Right.
we're located, where we live, I'm able to take so many back roads where I never really have to jump on the freeway if I don't want to. Even to get to the Galleria, I can take all Alabama down, and then make it to the Galleria. So I never really have to jump on it
That
if I don't
Alabama
want to.
get you everywhere.
Yeah,
It
so
seemed
Al-
like it. I learned that. I was like, if I can find Alabama, I'll be okay.
And we were talking about emancipation.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
like, you said something about emancipation, right? You're like, emancipation, something.
well, because your Denver's kind of going through a gentrification,
For sure.
right? So
well, it was before. What was the
Dowling,
name? Dowling.
which was
Dowling.
you familiar with that
Mhm.
street?
Oh, yeah.
And it was like the Civil War
Yeah.
dude, so it was like an old Southern general.
right.
And
so-
that was an interesting thing too, because I never really knew I always knew of the street Dowling. I
Mhm.
didn't know it was a fucking rebel
Me either.
Southern, pro-slavery motherfucker.
Right.
And you have it running, and I had a theory. I was like, wait, did they have it going through a black neighborhood on purpose?
Right.
Like, did they come in after the fact? Like, oh, this is Third Ward. Okay, cool. We're gonna name this shit
Right.
Dowling.
How much of that was
And can we?
orchestrated?
But
they're not gonna know. They're not even gonna look it up.
Or was
But
it,
now with Google, you can. Like, who is that?
yeah. Or was it always like that? Because
Mhm.
they say a lot of those, when they were taking down those Civil War statues, and
Mhm.
they said there was like this whole committee that back in the day, it was like the wives of something had like this fund, and that was their whole thing, is like, we have to put up statues of these Southern people ASAP.
Mm-hmm.
And
What's crazy about that flag is that at one point it just meant you were from the South. Like back in the day, like Leonard Skinner would have it on stage.
just a
Right.
good old boy.
But do you know, was this always
No, this is the
predominantly
Jewish
black?
no, it
community
used to be
first.
Jewish.
Okay.
It used to be all
And the
Jewish.
Jewish came here because
They
they
were- so
they
that-
were rejected from the
pushed
River
out of
Oaks,
River Oaks.
area. So this became their area.
It was semi-affluent.
Yes,
probably
which is
back
why
when
you
it first
see a lot
started.
of duplexes and businesses run out of their homes because that's how the Jewish.
Quality made, like old brick. And
Yeah,
just
and so that's
test
why
of
it's
time.
craftsmanship.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And so then the African Americans kind of, I guess, were accepted here by the Jewish. So then they kind of came in as well
Right.
because they weren't pushed out. But this was like black business,
Owners. Well,
owners.
McGregor Park, which, speaking of bike trails, that if you stay on that bike trail,
It takes you all the
you'll
way.
hit that. What is that bayou? What is that?
The
but-
bayous.
One of them, it's like a bayou, but you can ride your bike or whatever, like alongside it, and you see these huge homes. Like,
A lot of
dude, go down
doctors.
McGregor. Like, if we go take a Subway lunch break after this or something, maybe we could check it out. But like,
Which Beyonce's from.
yeah, so Beyonce
Okay.
grew up in like a
Ah.
decent brick, like 2-story or
Yeah.
whatever. But you also have a museum district, which they're trying to call parts of Third Ward Museum
Well,
District.
we are, when they sell you the house
for real estate purposes.
for real estate purpose, they tell you you're a museum district.
Yeah, they tried to
Yeah.
like
Jack it up.
rezone things.
We know this is their ward, man, but okay. Go ahead and tell me.
And maybe we'll see some of the
Just
funding.
15 minutes away from the gallery.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll see some of the funding transform as well, because I'm
Right.
not too up on game in terms of how they divvy up money. Where some areas you see the sidewalks are fucked up, or there's potholes. Other areas ain't gonna allow that shit. Or when it comes to like maybe, I'm not saying the quality of teachers or anything like that, but resources for where it's like,
Funds
wait,
for
this
schools.
school, like that one, I think it's like Blackshear Elementary or
On
something,
here?
which a lot of the kids in the area go to, and I'm like, damn. Yeah, we'll wrap it up here and go get some Subway or something. A lot of the kids in the area go to like these schools, local, like Jack Yates is a high school. I think they just built a new one. But Blackshear, if you look at it, like stuff around it, it's like a little motel, it's like a little rundown park, like stuff's kind of abandoned. And it's like, damn, that's kind of what kids have to look at because the neighborhood's changing.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Like old Korean-owned hair place and little liquor
Nail
store,
spots, liquor
church, fried, a little boat net,
Right.
H-Town. So yeah, we have a writing project to do after this, and
Now it's time
thankfully,
to get to work.
yeah, got you on the podcast. Productive little trip for you, huh? Got some stage time.
Yeah, got some stage time. Got some writing done. Or
We might be able to hit a stage tonight,
what's it?
possibly.
Yeah, for
We'll
sure.
see what's up. Javi, also, I know you got some material you recently phased out of your act. We could talk off record about maybe we could do a project where we could have
Yeah.
because there's stuff
Javi.
he's not gonna be really doing like
Yeah.
metal and
that shit was funny.
that's me trying to negotiate, right? Like
That's
you know
right.
this material you
know
gonna
what I'm
burn.
saying? What we're
It's
gonna
gonna
do.
go in the vault.
You was
you
gonna
know?
shed it anyway.
You might as well put it out there. Yeah.
Yep.
No,
But yeah,
definitely.
man, one of my favorite comics, Texas-based. He's part of our Chingo universe. Like, he's the homie, and he podcasts as well. Shout out your podcast. Shout out your
Yeah.
social media.
Yeah, the podcast is the original Gordito podcast, the OG podcast. It's on iTunes. It's on Spotify. It's on. It's not on Stitcher. I don't know why I need to get that.
Get with Rob.
Get
Yeah,
that
yeah,
popping.
help
But it's on Google. All that anchors the platform. It's also on my YouTube channel, which is Luniversal Comedy. So you can see that.
That's dope.
I like it.
Yeah.
You have a website?
Universal.
What's that?
Do you have a website?
I do have a website. It needs work. I need to get. Me and you need to talk.
Rob got
I
a whole
heard-
bunch of hustle.
Yeah,
right.
Rob's like, man, these comedians just keep
Yeah,
me in
they
As
work.
long
got-
as they're within this circle.
Hey,
Yeah.
pretty soon, Rob's gonna be like, man, look, we offering headshots. Like,
No, hey, I'm like Rob.
Yeah.
I'm like Rob. I'm about to send someone to you who reached out. They're looking for somewhere. I'm gonna start charging Rob 10% of the gigs I get him.
Rob's working on Jerry Garcia's
Yeah.
website as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Jerry
yeah.
Garcia.
Me and Sol are going
But,
to have
uh,
a side hustle to the side hustle.
Yeah.
But the website is there. It's universalcomedy.com.
Nice.
And the merch site is originalgordito.com.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
At Javi Luna Comedy.
At Javi Luna Comedy on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter.
And we're excited to bring you guys some really, really dope projects, man, to the YouTube. Thank you,
So-
Javi.
Thank you
Thanks
guys
for being
coming
here.
out.
Peace. And thank you guys for listening. Sas.